What is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly, and Brandman should be joining us shortly. What's up, man? How's the
What's
week
up is that
going?
I still trying to get this AC going. But
Oh
my house
no!
yesterday was like 98 degrees. And I was like, oh, it was the
Oh,
worst thing ever.
man,
But I think we got it fixed. So we'll see. If I don't die during the stream, then we know we're good.
that's when you go get those window units.
Dude,
Everyone sleeps in one room. Like
no, I don't want everyone else sleeping. Want to go take my coolness away. They're little. They're all right. You
that's
gotta
what we used to do
understand.
when I was little. Because we lived in like in apartments and stuff like that, so we didn't have like central air like that. So what we did was instead of cooling down the entire apartment, we just went into one of our bed, usually our bedroom, me and my sister's bedroom, and put the AC in there, and then brought beds in there. My parents slept on the floor, we slept in our beds. It was like everybody in one room, and it stayed nice and cold. The rest of the house sucked, but
Dude, I was under the fan downstairs. Well, I don't care. You guys, you good. You can lay in your beds. You don't mind being hot and stuff. Not me. I can't be hot.
no, I hate being hot. And at my job, like where I'm by the dock, so I work by the big dock doors, big garage doors, and it faces the south. So once it's past like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it just destroys the doors, just destroys them. They're like hot to the touch, and it's constantly opening and closing. Man, you go like 10 more feet into the warehouse, it gets like way cooler. And then you go upstairs. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna stay up here. F you guys.
Exactly. Like I'm moving my
Oh
office
man.
guys.
And then they complain, oh, it's too hot up here. I'm like, shut up. You don't know what hot is.
You shut up. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Man, I'm drenched, soaking, dropping off letters throughout the building. Like, oh, I'm kind of hot. I'm like, really?
That's when you got wipe up your face, just leave it right there on their desk. Like, you know what?
Yeah, that's what shit. I'm like just drenched in sweat. I'm like, oh, shut up. Oh man. But let's see who's in chat right now. We got Collector. What's up, Collector? Saying looking for the live stream tonight. I can't wait to know what you guys thought about the new Fantastic Four trailer and the news about Denis Villeneuve directing the new James Bond.
James Bond. Yep.
Bond.
Yep.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
think
So
I messaged you guys. I messaged you guys about that, right?
Oh, what the James Bond stuff?
Denis Villeneuve, Villeneuve, whatever, and then the Lilo and Stitch 2.
Yes. That got announced. Yeah, like today, I think.
Yep. And then the Top Gun 3.
Was yesterday. Top Gun 3, but we knew that was coming. Yeah.
I mean, but what other story do you have to tell? The same story? I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. But and then I know Brandman brought up the Street Fighter because they're just insane cast. One just got announced maybe like an hour ago. Another one, which when I read I was like, oh, this movie's gonna be so fucking stupid.
Even the announcements are crazy. Like I'm like, what we doing?
It's gonna be so
what?
stupid.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna watch the trailer and we're gonna talk to James Bond stuff, and some of the other movie news and obviously get into the Ironheart thing because I'm curious to know what you guys think about it. So
I'm still. I don't know if you guys don't like what I have to say.
Oh. Oh man, but yeah, we'll get into it because I see Fernando is in the house saying Ironheart was dope. Fernando saying, okay.
I'm not going to say nothing until we get there. There's things about it. I'm just going to say there's things about it I don't like.
Yeah, same. I had issues with it. I have some issues with it.
I have cultural issues. And being in Chicago, being a black girl, I have cultural issues with it.
Well, you're not being a black girl.
Yeah. But her being a black girl,
being a black girl,
me having my daughters and looking at them and seeing how she's being portrayed in some instances, I have problems with some of it.
Yeah, I think me and you have like probably at least that one issue that I can think of where I'm guessing me and you have that same problem. But
I can see it.
Yeah.
Those things bother me. Even
Mhm.
I love the love you have for your stepdad. But the stuff that you have with your mother, the things that all the trauma is, I guess, par for the course because everyone has some type of trauma. But it's the fact that it's the same trauma that so many black women and black girls have all the time, and I just don't like that. Along with the stupid moves that she makes, and why you have to try make her that way, and then not highlighting exactly how smart she really is. But did I enjoy it? Did I have fun with it? Sure. Do I think it's a good show? Sure. I just don't like the way sometimes that certain black people get portrayed.
Yeah. I think me and you might have similar thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get in more details with that in a little bit. And then Kevin said, even if Ironheart and Wonder Man storytelling decent, Disney is a no-win situation with black representation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with Wonder Man, because that's just a straight.
It's not a black guy. Yeah, it's just not.
Yeah,
black guy. You gonna take a guy who's normally white is ex-con and make him black? You think that's gonna work?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh man, but we'll get into that. Ace, what's up? Saying good evening. I liked it a lot. Enjoyed Ironheart. Okay. I've been hearing more people saying they like it than they hate it. You know what I mean?
I can't say I hate it either. I can't say
that. Sully Streams, what's up, Sully?
What up, Sully?
Pack House. Watching the Spoiler Kings in that intro. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You guys are awesome. Sully, you're awesome with your reviews. I can't wait to hear what you think about F1 because I've been hearing my father, when I saw it, he called me. He's like, gotta go see it now. Stop doing what you're doing now. Go see it.
Yeah. I know he put out his Megan
2.0.
Yeah, I think you did. Man, he has his F1 out already.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, because I want to watch. I usually watch the movie for myself before I start watching other reviewers, just because I don't want my opinion to be swayed by anything. But then as soon as I watch it, I just go and like run through everybody's review. Like literally, I spend the next like day or so like just watching everyone's thoughts. But everyone go check out Sully. He's already got Megan out there. He's already got F1 out there. How to Train Your Dragon, Ballerina. So yeah,
I just feel like F1. I felt it was gonna be great from the beginning.
It looked awesome. I mean, the freaking stacked cast.
I was like, man, this is so good. This is right down my alley. I don't even like racing, but the characters seem great.
Yeah. And also, I went to Sully's page real quick. We got some decent views for that F1, man. That's pretty good.
I bet you do.
That's pretty good.
Great movie. People want to know all about it. He's getting it out that fast. Sully killing it.
Yeah. Yep.
Call him. Wants to start calling him Sully 10,000. It's coming soon.
Almost.
It's coming.
Oh man. So where we at?
Hi.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
What'll it be?
Not too much.
Your homemade ice cream?
Yes, sir.
We got Brandon Davis in the house. What's up? I saw him over on Anzo's stream not too long ago.
Yeah.
Over there hanging out with Anzo for his birthday. So
I saw myself over there.
Give a shout out. Yeah. I saw you in the beginning, and then I had to turn it off for a little bit, and then I think I turned it on right when you had left again.
Yes, so I left, I came back, spent another 30, 45 minutes yelling at everybody, and left again. when they started saying the blasphemy, saying Justice League is better than Endgame, I'm fanning on myself. I'm out.
Whoa.
Yeah, before your head blows up.
Endgame is peak. There's no touching it. That and Infinity War.
Like the only thing you can say better than Endgame is Infinity War. So like that's how you can say. What you say in Justice League? I was out.
No,
I was out. I was like,
and I'm one of the very few people who doesn't mind the theatrical cut of Justice League, but I look at it as fluff. kind of, if that makes sense. I don't.
Yeah,
I've never even looked at it in Infinity War or Endgame and this put them in the same sentence because you can't.
I thought Zack Snyder's was okay, and once again we've always said this, right? That he just rushed it. I think he could have made a good Justice League film in itself if he didn't rush everything. If you did a solo Batman, you did focus on all the characters before you jump into trying to do a Justice League movie. You're just trying to rush through, like, before you went to step 2, you want to get to step 5. No.
Yeah, it was too much. It was too much too fast. It was when they should have focused more on building up their universe. And that goes, no matter all the stuff that I say about Snyder didn't understand the universe, he didn't understand the content. Laying that aside for a minute, you had to construct. You had to make building blocks. You couldn't just jump headfirst into it.
You have to remember also that he didn't write everything.
Right.
He directed. He didn't write all of it. So I think I always thought that Snyder should have with Dark Avengers. Justice League Dark.
Justice League Dark. Yeah, that would have been up his alley.
That would have been pretty awesome. But once again, you can't rush this stuff, man.
I know I'm like skipping all the way down, but Maria said Zack Snyder dropped the ball on Batman vs Superman. You guys are being way too nice.
Oh, we're talking about Justice League at the moment.
Yeah, I hate Batman vs Superman.
Yeah,
I
hate Batman vs Superman.
I hate it so much.
I don't even call it Batman vs Superman. I just call it Dawn of Martha.
There's a YouTuber I follow, Bullets and Blockbusters, and I really love pretty much everything he puts out. Love it. And about a week ago, he did one on why the Snyderverse failed, and it was a good one. Like, he didn't trash it or anything. He's like, oh, because this was stupid. He's like, a lot of it was they were rushing it. There's stuff happened behind the scenes out of Zack Snyder's control. So it's. But I thought it was a good video, So Bullets and Blockbusters, and they do other stuff that are like I think are pretty good. I enjoy watching their videos a lot. So if you want to go check out somebody.
To answer, not to jump too far ahead, Mom, to answer you, Mama Bear. Hi, by the way. This is chocolate ice cream that I made. It's a I got a Ninja Creamy for Christmas, which is like one of the things I use regularly. So I've never made just regular straight up chocolate ice cream, and that's what I made.
I feel like they should have something else besides Ninja Creamy. It is.
I know it sounds so bad.
it does sound.
It's kind of fun. Some of their kitchen gadgetry is kind of fun to make. It's
but like saying Ninja Creamy.
Yeah. They could have got a better name. Like they could have been like Ice Ninja or. I don't know. I have the Ninja Grill. I have the Ninja Bullet. Like I have a few of their things that are.
I have awesome. I have like the 3-in-1 blender. I have the I have like that 10-in-1 multi-purpose cooker. Don't they have There's something else I was thinking about getting. It'll come to me.
Yeah. All right. Let's see where else we at. I skip around a little bit. He said, I'm on the 3rd floor, and Brian, he rises. So I've been in my underwear all week. I haven't washed clothes because I haven't worn them.
No, I picture you I picture you in like that Ace Ventura scenario where he's inside the robot rhino.
I've been cooking last couple of days. My guy came over and he does HVAC, so he came in. He lowered my pressure down a little bit. He was like, "Look, tonight it's getting down to like 72 degrees." I was like, "It's been in the 70s for 5-6 days." So right now it's at 79, so he might be right. It was 87, 88 today inside the house.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
I was ready to burn it down.
Oof.
So just forget it. We'll start over.
We just live outside now.
Yeah. Let's take a match. Let's start all over, man.
I mean, I just like have a pool. Just move the car out of the garage, put a pool in the garage, so at least you have the shade. And it's like, I live here now.
I'll put ice in it.
Oh, hell yeah. You can go to McDonald's and get like 5 bags of ice.
I was go to Culver's and buy it.
Oh, there you go. You don't have to buy ice. You get free. Oh, man. No, it's so hot out. I might melt by the time you get home, though.
Yeah,
You
you're
just got cold water.
Because it was 100 degrees today. I was like, dude, what? South Suburbs 100 degrees. I was like, F you. Yeah. Like, who thinks that's a good idea? 100 degrees.
Oh, man. All right, let's keep going. Mama Bear's in the house. Saying hello, boys.
What's up, Mama Bear?
Always appreciate Mama Bear coming in. He said he has some thoughts on about him directing Bond, so that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get into that for sure. We're gonna get into that. Yeah, and then because I thought of because like what B thinks about Dune, so
Yeah,
yeah, I can imagine what those thoughts are. Did you all watch the Toxic Avenger trailer? Not yet.
I got it down here too, right?
Yep. Mom Bear said, I'm excited for Street Fighter.
This is gonna be stuff.
I kind of am too.
Interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Did you see Brandon? They announced another casting, like maybe like an hour or two ago.
No.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Like literally, like a few hours ago, I saw it on Twitter.
I'm gonna stay away from any websites on any other tabs until we discuss it.
Yeah. I mean, and it was from like Discussing Film, so I'm assuming that seems pretty. They're usually pretty good
really?
at.
I couldn't help.
Oh, you looked at?
Yeah, I was like, really?
It's so
wow.
stupid.
What the hell?
I should look it up, shouldn't I?
What?
No.
Why?
We'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah, it
Really?
makes sense for the
tell
character.
Jokes, bro? You gonna go do stand up? I don't. What are we doing?
It makes sense
I
for
know
the
who you're
character
talking about.
because there's a character that is like a jokey character.
Oh god.
So yeah, but it is kind of silly. Yeah, we'll get into that in a few minutes. That'll be our first thing to talk about. Brand said he's on the Bear now. Yep, I think everyone's watching that. It all dropped at once, which is
it all dropped at once. Yep,
kind of interesting, but man. Well, see, I'm still going through everything. But you said Ironheart's okay, better than Miss Marvel. Man, you really hate that Miss Marvel show.
I enjoy Miss Marvel.
Yeah, but
I had some good parts and bad parts of Miss Marvel. It is what it is, though. But once again, not everything's made for 40-year-old men, 40 and 50-year-old men. Not everything's made for you.
Yeah,
that's made for a teenager.
That was definitely made for a younger audience.
That's one of the reasons I appreciated it. It came from the point of view of a fangirl or of a fan. It was like a wish fulfillment story. I thought it was cool. Mm-hmm. I like the approach they went with it, and I really like that actress as Kamala Khan. I think she does a great job.
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
she is awesome.
It was good to see that subversion. I thought.
Let's see, we got Horror Geek. What's up, Horror Geek?
What's up, Horror
Appreciate
Geek?
it. He said at least Ironheart reached #1 on Disney Plus, unlike Daredevil. Did Daredevil never really hit #1 on Disney Plus?
Yeah, no, it's
wow. And I thought at the very least on Disney Plus. Yeah. Like,
you know what Ironheart did? They put her in an iron suit. The first episode.
The first episode. That's what I was going to say, Brian. At least it's doing something with its premise.
That's true. Like within the first 10 minutes, right?
Yeah,
like you're going to be in the. Hey, that works. At least we know who Ironheart is and what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. So far, it doesn't seem like it's
for Daredevil for her to be in the fucking suit.
So far, it doesn't seem like it's just one big trailer for another season.
Oh, because it can't be, because it's definitely not going to have another season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm being best season. But,
no, man.
You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I got you. I know exactly what you're saying.
We got Maria in the house. What's up,
What's
Maria?
up, Maria?
Let's see. Skip around. Who is Cree Summers' character?
A mama's friend. Just a mama's friend, like she called like her play on. You know how that works, bro. Come on.
Mm.
And she still got her crystals and trying to cleanse your essence.
Oh
and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Freddie from a different world.
Mm-hmm.
Cree Summers.
Yeah, Cree Summers is like fandom royalty too. So much voice acting.
Yeah.
So many guest appearances. Yeah.
I don't like Riri's face.
Really? She's very Southside.
Mm-hmm.
She's very
That's
Southside.
funny.
I know at least
Even
four
her
girls are just like Riri.
Her friend Natalie. It
Mhm.
was like the actual actress is from like Evergreen Park, I think, or something like that.
Yep.
I think you're right.
But let's keep going. Everyone's saying what's up. Is F1 going to be better than the Chris Hemsworth racing movie? Because that was hot.
I don't know if it will be.
I think
at
it will
least
be.
Potentially the
F1's
racing
gonna be
scenes will be.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think F1's going to be amazing. I think that's going to
Yeah.
be so amazing.
I think if it does nothing else, the racing scenes will be incredible. If you know, Joseph Kosinski's directing, look at his work on Top Gun. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So picture that in the world of race car driving.
No, I love the actors. I love the cast. The cast looks amazing.
What was his Rush? That's right. Rush was cool. You know, it wasn't too bad. But I think this one might be better. I don't know. Just from the trailer, I think this is gonna be pretty good.
I think it's going to be an epic type of thing. People are going to be leaving. I think it's going to win the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Here you go. So he said, also F1 was one of those old school soundtracks where a bunch of artists made new music for the movie. Love when they do that. I like that.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
We got Tony in the house.
What
Also
up, Tony?
I saw Tony over on Anzo's stream as well. Also, yeah, shout out to Anzo. You know, his birthday. It was today his birthday, or it has to be, right?
45 minutes.
Ah, okay.
For him.
Okay.
For
him. Yeah.
Yeah, Montreal.
Yeah. So make sure you go show some love to Anzo. We got a Professor Film fan in the house.
What up, Professor? How you feeling, man?
What's going on, Professor?
And Collector is requesting some of that ice cream.
No. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. I love you to bits, but I'm afraid I cannot do that. I'm greedy in that regard.
Like, it's gone. Before you even ask, it's already gone.
I'm sorry.
I still see you, and he's like, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh man. Said Justice League wasn't on Zach. No, you know, and
Warner Brothers.
It was Warner Brothers. It was, yeah, you know, and that's part of like out of Zach's control. You know, stuff obviously happened with his daughter, and then the studio stepped in, and I thought they did a stupid thing. You know,
yeah, by hiring a director to basically doctor the movie who is tonally completely opposite.
Yeah,
it just felt like a you know, it was like a mishmash or Frankenstein's monster of a movie.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, even though I thought the Snyder Cut movement was a little out there and borderline rabid, I'm happy it happened, and that considering the circumstances, he still got to finish his vision because there was at least a little more tonal consistency with it.
Mm-hmm.
With you know, so I will hand it that.
I don't think it was a bad movie at all.
It wasn't a bad movie.
No, it was.
I appreciate its ambition. I just think if circumstances allowed, and maybe there was more buildup of the universe, it could have worked a lot better.
Yeah. And at that point, it was more like Warner Brothers really getting in the way of themselves, type of thing, you know.
More often than not, they've always been the problem with a lot of DC stuff.
Yeah.
Except when you knew animated stuff, animated was so good. That's why I told them, like, just take the animated stuff, make movies of it.
You know what? All of Warner Brothers animated stuff was good. Like Cartoon Network, it's as amazing with all the classics, the new stuff, you know, the stuff in between. Like the Warner Brothers animation studio just knew what they were doing. You know what I mean? But they were also like the studio that weren't really being looked at, because they're like, yeah, no one's watching cartoons. You know, meanwhile, like that's the best part of, you know, one of the best parts of Warner Brothers was just all the animation stuff they had coming out.
It's just never made sense to me how Flashpoint was so good animated. You make an animated Flashpoint and be that good and can't get it done in live action. Why? How? You already have the blueprint. Just follow it.
But that's why I think the best thing was making DC its own studio, you know. So obviously they can still get in the way, but hopefully it prevents it from happening so easily, you know. So we'll see. Also, yeah, there's no Warner Brothers logo in the beginning of Superman, from what I heard. I heard it's like just the DC, their new logo. So
you see Zach say he's ready to move on. Are you sick? Are you okay?
I'll move on from the Snyder talk. The Snyder talk. Yeah, kind of same. You know, like I'm kind of like,
yeah,
it had its time.
Then when Zach says it,
yeah, right, yeah, you know, because at this point I'm like, I don't even want to like trash talk it anymore. I don't want to like say anything negative. I just want to like, it had its time. Stuff happened, good or bad, or good and bad. You know, stuff that were out of the creator's control. You know, and then it had its time, and now it's the DCU. You know, and it could be good, it could be bad. We don't know yet. So, you know, because if it's bad, we're gonna come out here and tell you it's bad.
I have no problem telling you it's good or bad or being positive or negative, whatever it is, it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Let's see. Skip around. What's something about that? Ice Ninja. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one. That's what they should do. Like had a 2-for-1 special, like the Ninja ice cream maker and then the grill, like too cold to hold, or was it
too hot?
Oh yeah, too cold. Yeah, too hot to handle. Boom boom. Low. That's oh man. Let's see. It's time to go sit in a hotel for a couple days. with all that. Yeah.
Ooh, I agree.
You got to 114 in Canada the other day? Damn.
Yep. People don't believe in global warming, huh?
Yeah, right. Ace said, do you guys have Sonic in Chicago? Because that's the ice you need to get it. There's only one that I know of. I don't know. I mean, you would probably know more than.
Yeah, I know of 4 of them. I know of 4 of them. So, but one just closed not too far from me because Culver's have been taking over.
Nice. Yeah. I went to Sonic one time when they opened up by my house, or by my house. I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago at this point. Got food poisoning, got super sick, like me and everyone in the house. And I'm like, oh, except for the one person who got just the milkshake.
That's what I'm saying. I've never go
just got the milkshake, didn't get sick.
Never go there for food.
Yeah, I was like, nope, I ain't going there. Forget.
I've never eaten food from Sonic.
Yeah, with those ices, whatever things, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Maria said it's so hot I saw a bird blow on a worm before feeding it to his face. Careful, it's hot. Oh man. All right. Miss Marvel's a Toronto girl too. Yeah. Yes. Horror Geek said Agatha had more viewers than Daredevil Born Again.
That's true. Again.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching Happy Gilmore too. Yeah, that trailer did look good.
It does look pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see, skip around a little bit, try to get caught up. Days of Thunder from back in the day was pretty good. Tom Cruise. Yeah. I wouldn't mind if they do a sequel to that, like all these years later.
They said to do an F1 Days of Thunder crossover.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I like that. Then Ford versus Ferrari.
I love Ford versus Ferrari.
It was such a good film.
Yeah, I love Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
I thought Christian Bale was so good in it.
Yeah. I mean, I know Brian there. I love the story of like this Shelby and how he got like all the Cobras and everything going. So yeah, but that whole story was pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure I have it on 4K. It was good.
I fell asleep. That's what it is.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Fell asleep. I was like, okay. Whatever.
When Shelby puts what's his name, the Ford dude in the car and they go like crazy fast. Like
yeah, I was like, okay.
No,
it's not for me. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's not for me. I was like, I would never say it's a bad movie. I'll never say that. Definitely, it's not a movie for me.
Okay. And here we go. We got Zach Attack Reviews. What's up, Zach? Make sure everybody here go check out Zach Attack. If you're not subscribed, then you're missing out. So make sure you go check him out. But he said didn't expect Snyder cut talk when I came here. Yeah,
that was a continuation from Anzo's his birthday stream. Someone said Justice League was better than Endgame. I was like, okay. And then they said in the same breath, they said, but the last hour Endgame is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen on my TV.
Oh, really? Isn't that too?
I was like, I don't even know what y'all talking about anymore. Well, I fandoms on my own self.
Yeah. So you had already left, and I started watching, and when I was watching it, he was saying that the Thanos storyline was stupid. That it should have been like how it was in the comics, where he was trying to impress Death. I was like, it's cool in the comics. I don't know if it would be as cool to see this like all powerful dude, like, you know.
If they did King Thanos now, right? We already had Lady Death introduced, right? Agatha. If they did King Thanos now, I think that would have been a pretty cool thing to do. I think that would be fine. You know, because you already kind of explained it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. You know,
now
you need to have them.
Have him follow her and wanting to do and show this is another part of the multiverse, where that still happens somewhere else in the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they
good.
Yeah, the way they went with it and with Thanos, I was fine
a better
with.
movie.
Yeah,
I think it's better cinematically.
There's certain things from comics that, I love accuracy just as much as the next, but some things don't translate as well. And even if we did, even if they did consider doing that, they hadn't really introduced the supernatural side of Marvel just yet. So from an organic standpoint, what they did with it made sense.
Yeah, no, you're right. You wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yep.
No, I think I agree exactly what you said.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't mind them doing it now because it kind of introduced it. Aubrey Plaza is sexy in herself too, so it makes sense. You got Deadpool already in the universe. All that stuff would be happening. It could work. It could work. But
Mhm.
I don't believe what someone saying understand the comic books doesn't mean you need to be shot for shot the comic book. It is understanding who the character is and their characteristics and what makes them who they are.
Yeah, I think
That's what that
shot.
means.
Yeah,
Not
I
for
think.
stuff.
I'm sorry, keep
No, go ahead.
talking
I'm
over
sorry.
you. I think shot for shot adaptations only work with certain mediums. If it's something like a contained medium, like say Sin City or 300,
Mhm.
you can do
Mhm.
that shot for shot or panel by panel and just translate it. It's more contained. Um, it works there. You have to kind of, in the case of something like the MCU or whatever, say we get Dark Side or Crisis on Infinite Earths years down the line, you kind of have to factor in what came before that in the universe and what works and what you can kind of organically work into that to make it function. So
And it has
it
to look
depends.
cool, right? And
Yeah.
you don't have you don't have certain characters, you don't have all the cohesion. So like I don't think that you need like I scream and yell on this channel about T'Challa all the time. But that doesn't mean I need you to go do exactly the same thing that happened in Volume 4 or Volume 5. And what Coates did is the only thing you can do. No, that doesn't make sense. Understanding who he is, understand the characteristics, what makes him who he is, and then run with the storyline. I'm not a writer. I'm not sitting there trying to tell you, this is how it has to be shot for shot, or I'm not the director. I don't need to know exactly, you have to do exactly what I need you to do. No, that's not what I need. I just need you to understand the character and then run with it. And I think Brandon
Mhm.
said that about Superman. He was like, that James Gunn understands the Superman. I mean, understands the character. That's all that matters. As long as you understand the character, you be creative. Give me an extra story that I want to know about, but just don't do things that aren't the character.
Mhm.
Don't do things like say Batman is bad at being a detective. Then you're stupid. Like then we're
Yeah.
talking about now you're stupid. Now you don't understand the damn character or anything what the character
Mhm.
involves. Or the Superman doesn't like to fly. What the fuck? What are we
Mhm.
doing? Like stop. But those are characteristics that make the character who they are. Green Lantern doesn't like wearing rings. Like what? That doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
Those are issues I have. But as long as you understand the characteristics of the character, you read the comic books to understand the feeling of the character, then we should be good. Don't give me Spider-Man who's afraid of heights.
Yeah.
Don't give me a Punisher that doesn't like violence.
Yeah. A pacifist Punisher.
Yeah, which we kind of to an extent we technically already had. We had like that's as much as I love Thomas Jane, his version of the Punisher was just way too merciful for me.
Oh yeah, man. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, standard revenge movie. This man was going out like making tactical errors by announcing to his targets that he was alive. I'm like, isn't this guy like former military intelligence, like the ultimate military badass? Why wouldn't he take advantage of the element of surprise? And why wouldn't he just go and like drop any and everyone who gets in his way? Why the elaborate revenge plot?
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Let's finish up and we'll watch a couple trailers before we get into Ironheart. Marvel said the Flash was too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah. By the time the Flash came out, it was already in that stage of transitioning. So
You say, it doesn't matter as much. Oh, we're going to be going anyway. So then why do I care about the Flash?
Yeah.
Shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah. And then she also said, that's as positive you guys have gotten about Snyder. I'll take it. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like exactly what Zack Attack said. Like, I'm just ready to move on. You know what I mean? Like, we got everything in the past, like it or hate it. It happened, and let's just move on, move forward. So, because I mean, I have Man of Steel. I own Man of Steel. What else I own? I own Wonder Woman, and I think I bought Blue Beetle. I think that's the only DCEU stuff I bought.
I have Aquaman.
I do have Aquaman. Yeah, I have Aquaman as well. But I don't
I
have
got
Wonder
Aquaman.
Woman 2. I don't have Aquaman 2. I don't have B versus Batman versus Superman. I don't have the Justice League. And like I don't even they never released the Snyder cut on
No,
physical media, right?
Snyder cut. That was it. You know,
Well,
but I think it would have done better. That's the only one I would have thought about buying.
yeah, I would have bought that one if they did. All right. And then of course anything Tom Cruise is dope, so bring back all those movies. Zach Tech said saw F1 and it was great. That's what I'd like to hear.
I tell you, I think it's gonna be great. I definitely do.
All right. Fernando, I'm gonna save that for when we talk about James Bond stuff.
There's a 4K of the Snyder cut.
Is there? Because honestly, I didn't really ever look it up, but I'll buy it because I like the Snyder cut. I'll buy it.
I mean, it's the only cut that's worth having.
Yeah, is that like it's the Snyder cut? Snyder cut. It's like the Snyder cut of the Snyder cut. So it's like extra 2 more hours. Oh man. Let's see where we at. We got Jason in the house. What's up, Jason?
What's up, Jason?
Appreciate you coming in. Says I'm rooting for Henry Golding or Aaron Pierre to be James Bond. I heard Aaron Pierre. This is weird, but I don't think he's gonna get it.
Nope.
I don't think he's gonna get it.
In this climate, nah.
Yeah, I mean that's the number one reason, and also if they even want to look past, all the backlash they're gonna get, and so many people saying racist, super racist shit. If they want to move past that, he already signed on to be Green Lantern, and it seems like he's going to be the Green Lantern. Like so, now you got to fight, for like, well, I'm filming this, I'm filming that, so they might not want to.
I mean, you could be Pedro Pascal.
And just
be
everywhere.
Everything. Yeah. Do all of them. You can't do all of them. Pedro's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how he does that. He just pops up in every freaking movie. Oh man. That movie was called Meteor Man. It was pretty damn funny. Superhero afraid of heights.
Yeah, but it's not Superman.
Yeah.
I do love Meteor Man. I love. Awesome. Yeah, I can't say I love Bill Cosby with the Meteor. Can't say that.
Is it 4K? Yeah. I'm gonna get it. I'll buy it for sure. The Weenie Cuz a sitcom. Yeah. Warner Brothers should have waited, but they were thinking money instead of like long term.
Superman should never have happened. They should have done a solo Batman movie. They could have done a buddy cop type of thing with Batman and Superman, and then they could decide what they want to do as far as Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
There's no need to rush it.
Yeah. Isn't he John Stewart? Yep, he's already John Stewart in a Green Lantern. Well, it's gonna be a show, but they're gonna tie it into like the big universe and all that stuff. So,
I have a question for you both. What was a better movie, Man of Steel or the first Captain America? I think I know what Brandman's going to say. I want to know what Tank says too.
Ooh, that's interesting. What's a better movie? I think the better movie was Man of Steel. But the main issue I had was with what was done with Superman in that. I thought it was a better iteration of Captain America as the character than Superman as the character.
Captain America, I fell asleep 3 times watching that damn movie. Every single time I'm like, if it wasn't Peggy Carter on the screen, I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know if it was that bad, but
3 times.
you know, I think I enjoyed watching Man of Steel more because also because I had issues with it, so it'd be like, why they do that? But that look cool as shit. But why do they do this? But that look cool as shit, So, and I feel that's a very Zack Snyder kind of thing. Is like, oh, that looks amazing, but it's like, why they do that? But this looks awesome. That's kind of like his thing, I guess, right? But
it's funny because it basically goes against everything I just said. I said, right? You can do anything you want with the character as long as you understand the character. And I don't know if Zack Snyder actually understood Superman character.
Superman.
He didn't write it. He didn't write it.
Yeah, but he directed it.
At
the end of the day, the directors have the final say.
The whole storyline is one thing, and you don't. Do you want to change the entire movie? I don't know.
Yeah. So when after the I don't know what the 4th time I watched Man of Steel, I was like, that's when I realized I'm like, oh, this is a Superman movie without Superman. That's what it felt like. Yeah. What about you, B? Are you muted?
That's why we didn't hear you. We didn't stop.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there were some cars or some motorcycles
racing.
going by. Yeah, for me, it's Captain America. Just
He likes Captain America.
In addition to that, it at least followed a narrative structure. Man of Steel just kind of was making stuff up structure wise as it didn't have any structure. It was kind of jumping all over the place. I just couldn't really connect with the character of Superman. Yeah. At least I could kind of connect with the character of Steve. It had a beginning, middle, and end.
Mm-hmm.
And Man of Steel was just a bunch of destruction porn. Zack Snyder kind of just doing his best Michael Bay. And it just it was just too all over the place for me. And my problem with Man of Steel is it just felt very hollow.
Yeah,
there were it felt hollow and empty to the point where I wasn't even really wowed by a lot of it action wise. And if there's one thing that I typically credit Zack Snyder with, is wowing me with a lot of the fight choreography and action sequences. And when stuff is just getting blown up or destroyed, I just get that disconnect. So yeah, I'm gonna say Captain America.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one thing I thought too was like Captain America is when he's just straight Captain America and doesn't try to do anything else, he's kind of boring, because he's like the ultimate Boy Scout, So like it was a straight Captain America film in the most 100%, way you could do a Captain America film, where the Man of Steel was like obviously doing a lot of things with the character,
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I don't think a lot of it was for the best.
It almost seemed ashamed of the source material.
Yeah, like oh, Superman is, because I guess you can kind of say is Superman kind of boring too, but maybe you're trying to like give him something else to be rather than just like a Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm trying to make him have depth. I just, I personally think it's the most boring thing I've ever seen.
Captain America.
Yeah, like literally, like I didn't care. It was boring. It was already after the fact that everyone else being introduced. I was at the end of it. I was like, all right, but it's obviously I don't like it, and this is what it is. That this I didn't want to argue anymore with it. Like with the movie I'm watching now, I was like, I don't even want to worry about this anymore. I was so bored in watching it, and it's funny because I think that the next two are some of the best, you know, character movies ever. Like, so like I'm not hating on Steve Rogers. I'm not hating on Captain America. I just thought that first movie, I didn't care about it. I didn't care about his origin. It wasn't anything that was interesting to me. It was like, oh, okay. It was structurally fine. It's a structural movie that was fine. And I thought that it was like literally I was ready to go sleep. There's nothing about it that any twist or turns or anything. Nothing. There's nothing to a development of the character. There was no arc. There's no nothing. There was just
good guy doing good stuff.
Yeah.
And kept doing good stuff. It's like, yeah, that's
froze in the lake. I was like, froze at the end. Oh, okay. I was like, who cares?
Yeah. And then I mean he's fighting Nazis, which everyone agrees with, like, yeah, those are bad, so it's not like at least like if he's fighting Tony or you're like, well, I can kind of see it, or if he's going against, I mean, at least he's going against Hydra, but also in Winter Soldier, Hydra is just fucking Nazis anyway, but they're more I won't say evasive and more tactical, I guess, better at hiding kind of thing. So I thought it was still a little different, when it came to it though. But yeah, I was watching something recently and they brought up Superman in general and like how his character and they even said this about other characters, like somebody like Captain America, who is just a Boy Scout, who's the ultimate good guy. And they're like, the issue is whenever you make a character, a movie about, like, say, Superman, they always want to go after changing the character and how the character is trying to fit in the world, rather than how messed up the world is and this character is not changing. So it's like you always try to do it. And I think why Winter Soldier and Civil War works better was Captain America was still the Boy Scout, but the world around him was so messed up and so gray as well, where you're like
gave the character depth.
Yeah, and having all these things around him and different people and the world was different. It wasn't just straight good versus bad, but it was also like the world around it was different rather than the character. You're changing the world rather than the character. And for somebody like a Superman and Steve Rogers, the good guy has to stay the good guy. That's boring unless you make the world around him complicated. So I don't know. I saw that. I'm like, he said it way more better than I did, but that was just like, I was like, damn, that's really, really 100%. How it is. All right. Let's see. Are you talking about Man of Steel?
Well, they start talking about Bond too.
Yeah, it's about Bonds too. We're getting into that. Yeah, because collector talking about it as well. As long as he's British, that's all that matters. Yeah, pretty much.
For the James Bond.
that's what James Bond is.
James Bond. I've heard other people that didn't agree with that. I think me or myself, I don't care what color they are. But like Idris Elba that didn't want to do James Bond because he said Luther is his character. He doesn't want to necessarily take someone else's character. He wanted to make his own character. So like, I understood that and I respected that. But I don't know if you're gonna see a James Bond because he wouldn't be able to get to the same places all the time. He wouldn't be able to get as easily in. And he would, because some part of times you want to stand out, sometimes you don't want to stand out. I don't think he could have been able to do that if he, when you have a black guy. I think he stands out all the time. Sure. That's what it is.
Yeah, especially a place like, well, maybe not so much like Britain nowadays. Maybe back in the day, so much. I mean, Britain. I don't know what. Obviously, I don't know what the numbers are. I don't live there, but I think there's a lot more British diversity now than there has ever been.
I mean, there's places. I don't know if it's diversity.
Yeah. But but for me, that's the only thing. Is like he's a British spy, so that's how he needs to be. If they want to go with a black dude, cool.
Yeah. I'm not bothered by that at all.
Great
Yeah.
Britain is 83% white.
Yeah, damn.
And 3% black. 3.71%.
Damn. That's way off. Oh man. All right. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But we'll talk about that in a little bit once we get into the director. Whenever I hear deconstructing a superhero, I tune out. Yes. Yeah.
I understand.
Because you shouldn't need to do that. You know, if you want to like humanize somebody like a Superman, I get that, you know, but it needs to be to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus deconstructing them in something like a cinematic universe that you're trying to build up. That's your timing couldn't have been worse.
My bear said Man of Steel, he was becoming Superman. They didn't call him Superman until the end. Yeah, like he just became the hero. Yeah. It's legit the origin story. So
I guess I'll be right back. I have to call and do something.
Okay. Go for it. We'll finish up with the comments. Making Jimmy
It still
Olsen
seemed like
CIA.
they were ashamed to use the words Superman. It kind of seemed like they avoided it or didn't use it, or only used it here and there.
Yeah, but again, like it was his origin story, so I wasn't like super bothered by it. Oh shit, wasn't super bothered by it as long as they did it by the end, which they did, which I'm like kind of cool with it, you know, because it was his origin story, so it's like he's not gonna get that name right off the bat, you know. So, well. But yeah, making Jimmy Olsen a CIA agent and killing him was crazy. That was I didn't like that.
That was that like come on. I didn't like that one bit. Like for real.
Yeah, seriously. She goes, there's Zach said there's Superman comics where you can see where he pulled inspiration. Well, I don't read too much Superman. So you know, but I know enough, but I don't know too much.
I only read Absolute Superman nowadays.
Yeah, that one's awesome. But like I said, I got this so I can catch up before I just rented from my library.
Is that All-Star Superman?
Oh yeah.
All-Star Superman is awesome.
Yep. But this is what like the main inspiration for James Gunn's Superman storyline. So like, and it's been a while since I read it, so I'm gonna catch up on that. Just take that hat off thing. Listen, I'm wearing it because I'm trying to be positive for the Superman movie. Yeah, well, I'm not like the biggest Superman fan. You know, Superman Lost was awesome. That was like a 10-issue series. That one's really, really good. And then again, you're not tearing down or deconstructing the character, you're changing the world around him, you know. And it's got to be my favorite Superman storyline so far that I've read. It was really, really good. Tony said the Snyder Cut had a few good moments, but overall the movie was a little boring. Okay, I mean it was 4 hours long, so don't blame you. Being Batman made Ben Affleck an alcoholic. That's what I heard. But he was going through a lot of other stuff though at that time. He was going through a lot of other stuff. So yeah. Which I think is why I don't think he would come back as Batman.
No, I think it took a little too much of a toll, or not even a little too much of a toll, but I don't think there's enough money in the world to get him to come back.
Yeah, I think he might, but not anytime soon. Yeah, I'll talk about that still. I'm with Brian on this one. Superman is more interesting Boy Scout than Captain America. Yeah, yeah. I'll give you that. You know, because Superman is Superman. You know, and he has that that one crazy flaw where this green rock just completely destroys him. You know, yeah. I would give it more to that, but Captain America is I think had really cool stories though because he's just a dude, that got superpowers, so. Well, I give you that one. Zach said, "I don't care about who gets pissed off. Go watch those movies. They still exist." Yeah. Oh man. Now movies reference Man of Steel all the time. Do they? What movies are reference Man of Steel?
I have no idea.
Yeah. What? That's all James Bond. Hey, I'm clipping those, so when we get into that, talk about it. I think we have a woman James Bond before we get a black one. Ooh, man, I don't know. Fighting Nazis easy for a super soldier. Yeah. I mean, in that movie, it was him fighting the Red Skull, but also it was just like on the other side, it was like, oh, you can't go fight, and then he goes and fights. So it was like, yeah. I didn't fall asleep like Brian did, but well, yeah. Women-led action movies don't do well outside of superhero films. Yeah. What was that one with all the spies? It was like 347,
the 312, the 318,
318, something like that. Yeah, like that was a solid movie. Because you're in Chicago, you think about the 312. But that was a solid movie, but I don't think it did that well. I would have to look it up, but I don't remember a lot of people talking about it.
I think it didn't do very well, and I think it was I think initially it was delayed due to COVID, and then when it came out, it didn't do anything great box office wise.
The 355. That's
355. Where did I get 318 from? What am I doing?
we all, I think we both got the 3 right, and then after that it was like 312. Yeah, it's got 24% on Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't think it was that bad of a movie. I'm like, okay, but like Zach said, this I think we know the reason, but people just don't want to see women being badass secret spies. So
yeah,
that was cool.
They get so hurt by it. I don't know why.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Wow. Like I said, I'm saving all those for when we get it. I said, probably getting out there. Yeah, maybe people all over the UK. 3% though was a lot less than I expected. I was expecting somewhere maybe around the US, because the US is what, like 13.5% or something like that. I was expecting maybe like 10% in the UK. I wasn't expecting 3%. Like, damn. But oh man, sorry. We can't let those people dictate stuff. Yeah, we have to be missing out on cool stuff. Exactly. Very much like Ironheart. You got all these people out here bitching and moaning about it, and it's not that bad of a show.
It really isn't.
Yeah. Is there issues? Yeah. There's some issues, but overall, I was like, I'm pretty intrigued for next week. The only thing the one thing I was super pissed about was I had to wait until 6 o'clock in the fucking evening to watch it. I was like, come on, like, just release it in the morning at 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Why are you doing it at 6 o'clock in the evening? Like, I'm not gonna watch 3 hours.
Yeah, that time of day I'm like winding down.
Yeah. So that was the part that pissed me off. Because I went into work thinking I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna like spend some time with it, and then I'm like, oh, it comes out at 6 p.m. our time. I was like, come on, that's BS. Like Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, modeled them after the Ultimate version. Like after doing that, it's like, who else are they gonna get?
Right.
Obligated to cast Sam Jackson as a character at that point.
Yeah. That's where Zach's like, take off the hat. I just got this hat not too long ago. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wear it leading up to Superman. Speaking of which, did you see Absolute Croc? Ooh, no, I have not yet. I'm a couple issues behind on the Ultimate or Absolute Batman. So I haven't seen Absolute Killer Croc yet. I did see it. Bane, Absolute Bane. That's the best version of Bane I've ever like seen in the comic books. That dude is a legit monster. Legit monster. He's so good. Because like it starts off with two countries finally coming together for peace. They're like, oh, we're gonna have peace. And then Bane walks in, he's like, listen, we need you to keep fighting because the money for all the weapons and blah blah blah. And they're like, whoa, that's not gonna happen. He literally grabs this dude's head and squeezes it like a chair, like just a cherry, just pops it like a pimple. It was insane. And he wasn't even juiced up yet. And then when he fights Batman calls him out. He goes, oh, you're just a juiced up, bully. He goes, I'm not even, hitting it right now. So he like turned it on, the Bane juice and shit. Dude turned like 30 feet tall. It was just like, oh man. Yeah. Yeah. He's a problem. That was awesome.
I haven't seen carry on picking stuff up in the morning more comics.
Yeah. Well, they're going on a 2-month break. I don't know why, but they're going like all the Absolute stuff is going to be on hold for the next 2 months.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah, because it is I think one of the best things I'm reading right now is Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman is getting there. Flash is really good. I have to get caught up with Green Lantern. But yeah, Absolute stuff is where it's at right now.
Yeah.
Superman lost a gorgeous art. Yeah. It was super. Had a good story, had a good art. It was epic. Did MI8 make $1 billion? Oh,
did not.
Yeah. Oh man. Let me see where do you think it how much you think it made in the box office? Let me look it up real quick. Yeah. What are your predictions? Where do you think it's at worldwide? Where do you think it's at?
Hard to tell. Because which one is this we're talking about again? Or
the last one. MI8. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Final Reckoning.
Probably like 563, 564.
That's pretty damn close, man. 547. That was pretty close, but yeah, it ain't making $1 billion, man. Sorry. Just it's not. So, which really sucks because like this was a really good one. I thought it would have made a little bit more than that, but we'll see. Even Lilo and Stitch is at 915 right now.
Yeah, it's a sequel today.
Yeah. But it might hit $1 billion. It's kind of close. I don't know.
It's getting there. It might. It very well might.
It's only 85 million away. If it runs throughout the summer, another 2 more months, maybe. we'll see. And then quick shout out to Deuce giving a super chat. He said, I probably made more. Appreciate that. And everyone coming in. Oh man, and then he gifted 20 memberships on top of that.
Nice.
Holy crap, dude. That is awesome. So if you haven't accepted any memberships, make sure you guys go in and you're eligible to accept memberships because Deuce just dropped 20. Holy crap. That is Deuce. That's epic. What we got for you? Obviously, we're gonna play Brandman's favorite one. Like go. That's what he came in. He came in and screamed. Oh man. Let's see. We got one more for you. Holy shit, that is crazy good.
That was gonna be
Bonkers.
I love that one.
Oh man. Brian's busy and still coming in. Deuces the goat. And then Zach attacks with a $10 super chat as well. He goes like, I gotta go to bed. Have a great stream. We appreciate you, Zach, coming in, hanging out. I know it's late for you over there on the East Coast. Appreciate that. And let's see what we got for Zach. Hey, this is one we haven't played this one in a while.
Shit. Got your ass.
No, so that one's still one of my favorites.
Real quick. Be right back.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Hang on.
Run a solo one for a little bit.
All right.
Let's see, Carla. Yeah, you got one of the memberships. So congrats for that. There's still 11 to be claimed. Just click on the green button that says 20. There you go. So if you haven't Deuce, you click on it. Gift yourself a membership. I think you could do that, right? Might be able to. But yeah, I got a few people. L got one, which is awesome. Carla got one. Gray got one. We got a bunch of people in here. Lawrence got one. Clayton got one. Yeah. There you go. Zach Attack reviews. Got one too. Yeah, and he was a member for 17 months. I think he's one of our longest members as well. But yeah. So make sure you go and claim it. What is the loneliest number? Yeah, you didn't get one. Oh man, because Zach got the 1 year black and gold. Same thing with Mama Bear. Got that black and gold Spoiler Kings logo. Oh man, it's a Tink show. Yeah, exactly. It's all good though. See, I'm trying to keep going with some of your comments. Yeah, 355. Yeah, it didn't do well. Yeah, it bombed hard. He goes, no, it sucked. It was okay. It wasn't like the best thing ever, but it was all right. It was all right. You're saying, to you, yeah. It was okay, but not as terrible as people said it was. Exactly. It was passable. It was passable. How Top Guns make $1 billion, but MIA didn't. You know what? I think that's right there. Top Gun was the second one, and it was a long time in between. MIA is the 8th one of this franchise. Are people burnt out? Maybe. But I thought it would do a little bit better. I thought it would get to like 750, which would make it one of the better ones box office wise. 5, I think that's somewhere in the middle when it comes to like box office for MIA. I would have to look at it, but yeah. Which sucks is that was a good movie. That was a really good movie. I already have it on pre-order, so I'm getting that coming out when that comes. And then here you go, Zach Attack said, yeah, Top Gun had less competition, and because of COVID, movies fans were desperate for a hit. Yeah. Top Gun was
all right. I'm back.
Too. Yeah. Top Gun was awesome too. Yeah, you had a fun cast. You had the nostalgia. Everything was like filmed. Like you weren't on a soundstage. Like they were in a freaking jet. You know,
no, like they really busted their butts on that, and it was I was kind of skeptical early on because I'm like, do we really need a sequel? But yeah, it was one of the rare sequels that was superior to its predecessor in pretty much every way.
Yeah.
I thought everyone brought their A game. Really want to really think it put Joe Kosinski on the list as a director to watch out for if he wasn't already, because I like his other content, especially visually. Frigging Tron Legacy. I thought even Oblivion, also with Tom Cruise, the plot wasn't anything like that really blew me out of the water, but visually I thought it was great to look at.
I think that one's a little underrated. Oblivion, like you said, the plot was basic. You know, it was just like a normal kind of thing. I really don't remember too much about it, but visually I was like, damn, that thing, it looked gorgeous. Looked gorgeous. Click said, I haven't watched Ironheart yet. I want to. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a solid start. You know, they put the first 3 episodes on there, and you know, I know we're going to talk more about it in depth, but it worked for me so far.
Yeah, here you go. And T said, I'm 2 episodes into Iron. Sorry, I'm into Iron. What the fuck? Sorry.
It's all right.
I heard like a crazy noises. I think it was fireworks.
Oh yeah, we've been getting those on and off throughout the week over here.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you know what else? They're setting up for NASCAR, like
oh yeah,
over here. So
yeah. It's like it's 11 o'clock at night by me, and I heard fireworks. You know, so it's annoying. Which I don't mind fireworks, but not 11 o'clock on a Thursday night.
This time of night, it's like, come on, seriously.
Yeah. If it's a Friday night, I'm cool with it. Even a Saturday night, I'm cool with it. You know, but yeah. It's more annoying for my kids because if it's too loud, it might wake them up.
Yeah,
that's my main thing. But T said he's watched the first 2. We really like it. I thought the third one was the best of the 3. So if you haven't got to the third one and you're already liking it, I think you're gonna really enjoy that third one.
If I'm being honest, I'd say I didn't even stop to think too hard about it, but I might say the same thing actually.
Yeah.
In the third episode.
It kind of blended all together because I literally watched 1, 2, 3 like back to back to back, you know, just straight through, because them doing all 3 was probably the best. Because if we got just episode 1 or episode 1 and 2, I think I would have been a little bit more disappointed, you know. But it's a good show so far.
Yeah.
Again, we got some issues, so I know me and Brandon do. So I don't know about you, Brandon, but well, we'll get into it shortly. T said just got in from Megan 2.0, and that was fun, silly movie. Knew exactly what it was and leaned into it. I'm going tomorrow. I can't wait.
I'm gonna go tomorrow too.
Well, I gotta find some time to watch F1 though, but yeah, I'm excited about that. We got the viewer Drew. What's up?
Drew, what's going on?
Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate he does a lot of awesome Lego kind of mini stories. I was like movie stories, but yeah, those are a lot of fun. Those are entertaining. Yeah, we're doing the James Fantastic Four trailer in June, but yeah, once Brian gets back, we'll watch the trailer. What's fair? I think there's gonna be a new season of The Boys. Jensen did post a video calling in Gerald and Misha. Yes.
Yeah, they just finished filming it. In fact.
Yeah.
The
director said he made sure, because it's the same showrunner as Supernatural. So he said he made sure the three of them have a scene together.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 100%. I'm just curious on seeing who Jared and Misha, who are they going to play?
That's my big question.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Jared, I think I have an idea. The big rumor is like there's this like Thor-like character in The Boys, you know, kind of like a goofy Thor kind of thing. I can see Jared Padalecki doing that. Misha, I'm not sure. If they make him another fucking angel, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. I don't know if there's like a random character that's also an angel or something like that. That'd be hilarious. But yeah. And it sucks that they spoilers if you haven't seen the last season, but oh my god, what's his name? He was the president in The Boys, but he was also like their mentor in Supernatural. The one time we're talking Supernatural and Brian's off screen. But he was in it and they got rid of him. Otherwise, that would have been awesome to have the four of them together. Bobby, I think Bobby. Yeah, it was Bobby something, right?
I think so.
Bobby Singer. Yeah. I think that's his name in The Boys too. It was also Bobby Singer.
I think so too.
Yeah. So in The Boys, his name is Robert Singer. When you know Bobby's just another name for Robert. So he played Robert Singer in The Boys and Bobby Singer in Supernatural. Yeah. Yeah, Kripke is yeah, there you go. Brandon knows Bobby and Kripke. Oh man. Zach said I need to start reading the Absolute Universe. 100%, man. You got to read it. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. I hope after the break they start to merge some of them together. You know, because as I don't know, like I said, I'm a few issues behind on some of them, but as far as I am in all the comic books, they're all doing their own thing. Like they haven't even thought about coming together yet. So yeah, when they do Absolute Justice, you know, or whatever, you know, they're gonna do with that, that's gonna be so good.
Yep.
Yeah. Adam Warlock back in season 4. Oh, you're talking about like the bear, I think. The guy.
Yeah, Will Poulter.
Will Poulter, yeah, I can think of his name.
Yeah. Because he was in season 3 on 1 or 2 episodes, I think. They got some pretty good cameos on that show.
Yeah, there you go.
I just got to space it out when I watch.
Yeah, well, they dropped it all at once, which I'm like, really?
All at once.
You know, so yeah. Usually when I watch the bear, I tend to not do it right away and kind of like you said, you know, watch an episode here and there, and then I'm done. Yeah. But Master Cal, I can never pronounce his name. My man. So Caecilius. I don't know why I always have like a tongue tie with that, but he got a membership as well. Are they doing the NASCAR thing again already down by you?
Yeah, they're setting up for it, man.
Yeah,
they're putting together like the bleachers, the roadblocks, the you know, setting up everything. So it's cool. Literally got a front row seat.
Yeah, that's super awesome. You gotta take some video of that, man. Post that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you were like out of your roof, or just like can you do it like right out of your window? Are they like?
I could do it right out of my window, but my buddy who lives nearby has like a rooftop thing that he does every year. Oh, so nice. we get a good view of it.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, getting ready for that and July 4th. So yeah, should be a good time.
Okay. And she said, I'm gonna try to make it to F1 tomorrow.
You know, I think I'm gonna do that Saturday morning.
Mhm.
Because I think I'm gonna go for Megan tomorrow night, and then F1 in the morning, the following morning.
Yeah,
I have no plans on Saturday, so I'm playing it by ear. I'm sure somebody will call me up to do something. And then Sunday, one of my friends does like an annual. She has a party at her place over in the Belmont area for the Pride Parade that a bunch of people always show up to. So that's gonna and she starts early, so I got to get up early. For that on not only do I have to get up early for that on Sunday, but I have to get up early and beat traffic. Like beat the crowds. So I'm probably gonna get up like super early, go eat breakfast somewhere, and then just go to the Belmont area before they block off the roads. And I think I'm just gonna BS around like maybe like a block away where she lives, and then just run over there.
Yeah, that Boys Town gets like where they do the Pride Parade. It gets crazy packed.
Dude,
it gets insanely packed.
It's a madhouse. Last year was absolutely insane. I was running a little late, and it was a big crowd, like kind of getting because the parade was going on. So I'm like walking alongside people like this. It was nuts.
Yeah. So the last couple times I was there I was actually working on the ambulance, and they had us posted. Not right there, but like a few blocks away, and we were still a few blocks away from where down was at Halstead, I think. It was still stupid. so many people. But yeah, it is a fun time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun though.
All right.
Yeah, I've been like all post COVID. I've been like every year just for fun.
Yeah. Talking about it. All right. So we'll get things going. We don't have to wait too long. Well, since I know there's something you wanted to talk about, let's talk Street Fighter.
Okay.
Bring this in real quick. There we go. I need the list of everybody. So you don't know about the newest person that joined the cast like today, right?
It's not. I feel like I know what you're talking. It's not the casting of the announcer for the tournament, is it? Is it Eric Andre?
No, they which is that one. He's fairly new too, but it's not Eric Andre.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a complete surprise to me.
Okay.
Are we gonna pull it up or
I don't have a picture or anything like that. I just have a list, like an article. And also shout out to Big Four Entertainment. Anzo, happy birthday, dude. I think it's officially your birthday now. So yeah, happy birthday.
Oh crap, happy birthday, Anzo.
Yep. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta play something for Anzo. Oh yeah. Oh. Then I don't even know what to play for. His birthday, he's 51.
So like in black people years, that's only like 22. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Let's see. I don't even know which one to play. There you go. We'll give you some clapping. Some There you go, man. Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. But going back to Street Fighter stuff. So we got some people that we already know. I think 50 Cent might be the biggest one I've seen so far. Well, at least one of the biggest.
Balrog.
Yeah, Balrog.
Winston Duke was right there, by the way.
That was the fan casting, was Winston Duke. I don't know if that's the route they're going with that. So yeah, you got 50 Cent. Another big one that is probably the biggest one, is Jason Momoa as Blanca. You know, the green electric, monster dude is gonna be Jason Momoa. I don't even know how that makes sense.
Me neither, but Jason Momoa is getting that bag, dude. Like between that Lobo, probably going to be back for Fast and Furious 11 because that's supposed to start filming. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about him as Blanca. Dare I say I might have been okay with Blanca being completely CG.
Kind of, because I feel like they're gonna do something weird with the character. So
yeah, I don't know how I feel about him playing Blanca.
I was like, it was Blanca.
Because I guess,
it's pretty interesting.
The long hair and the kind of feral kind of nature he's good at, but I think I'd have to see it in motion. Nothing against him because I really enjoy Jason Momoa.
Yeah. I mean, you got a good actor, a fun actor. Depending on whatever the director's vision is, I think they can have some fun with it.
One thing that I could see him making work is, and he's really been using this to his advantage, Momoa doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he's okay with kind of being a parody of kind of the bro stereotype, which is one of the things that I liked about him in Minecraft. I liked how he played like basically like a flamboyant type character in Fast X. I think he's one of the very few good things about Fast X.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He's got enough goodwill that I could give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then also we have Noah Centineo. So he has a lot of background in like teen romances and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was in Black Adam. He played Adam Smasher.
Yes. Yeah.
Fun fact: you might know this. He was going to play He-Man at one point. He was going to be Prince.
Oh,
Adam.
really?
Like he had the part. He was going to play Prince Adam.
I could see it.
I could have potentially bought that.
Yeah.
Like I like the actor they got, but like I could have rolled with that. But yeah, they're saying he's going to be Ken, right?
Yep. So yeah, we got your Ken, and then obviously if you have Ken, you have to have your Ryu.
Right.
Which do they casted him yet?
Yeah. Andrew Koji.
Yes, yeah, there we go. Andrew Koji is Ryu. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
that I like that.
Which that makes
he'll
perfect sense.
Yeah. You were gonna have to get a martial artist like for the role.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I am all for him as Ryu.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They nailed that. They definitely took the landing with that.
Yeah.
He's yeah, I like him as an actor. He's proven he's got the physical prowess, martial arts skill. So yeah.
I think that one's gonna be a good one.
I'm all for him as
yeah. So this one seems like a fan casting. I'm like, there's no way that's real. Is WWE wrestler Roman Reigns is going to play Akuma.
That one I think I heard was
Lord.
Yeah, that's the one that I heard was yeah, I heard that one was confirmed. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Supposedly everything I'm seeing now is confirmed, supposedly. But we'll see. But Roman Reigns as Akuma is dead on. It's so good. Like he's got the height, the build, the look. Like, yeah, I'm so for that. And then also with Andrew Koji being a lot like leaner and smaller, potentially I'm assuming he's gonna fight Akuma. With Roman Reigns being so huge, like that's just gonna look so good on screen. So I can't wait because Akuma is like one of my favorite characters. He's just like a badass. Yeah. But then also we got Orville Peck is going to be playing Vega. You know, so we'll see.
Vega.
Yeah, so on here he goes, Orville Peck is a masked country singer who's going to be playing Vega, who's a masked narcissist Spanish assassin. You know, Vega's is an interesting one though.
Yeah, he's like a vain, egotistical pretty boy, basically.
Yeah. But literally, like Orville Peck, like wears this mask, but he sings country.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. So he's from South Africa. I had to look him up because I had no idea who he is.
Yeah. I wasn't familiar with him.
Yeah, I have no idea. So making him Vega, I guess is it just because of the mask? Like, hey, you wear a mask. Come. It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then we also got one that fairly a new casting is, what was it? Kalina Ling is gonna Chung Li. I think I said her name right. I don't know. It was Chun Li, which she's kind of petite. Not the end of the world. So
she better not skip leg day.
Yeah, start squatting now.
Start doing a lot of squats.
Yeah.
Her and the squat rack need to become best friends between now and when filming starts.
Yeah, but she hasn't been in anything really. She's like pretty new to the scene.
Yeah, I'm not terribly familiar with her. I just remember the announcement.
Oh, she's in Presence. I haven't seen Presence yet. But yeah, I think the one thing she was in Presence was a Steven Soderbergh movie, which I want to see like that so bad. But besides that, like she's got like 3 movies under her name. Like that's it. Well, not even 2 movies and a TV show. So, you know, she's young, 25. Like I say, kind of a petite, smaller Asian woman, but you know, pretty. Just have her start doing a bunch of squats, like you said.
Oh yeah, better get on that.
Who's the original actress who played them in? I can't think of her name. Who played Chun-Li in the original Street Fighter movie? Ming Na Wen.
And then and then after that, it was also Kristen Kirk from Smallville.
Really? From what movie? I remember that her in it. Was it
Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li? No,
that's right.
It was a reboot.
Yeah.
It was absolute trash. It was
it was. Yeah, it was. I forgot about that. Holy shit. That was horrible.
It was so bad.
Oh man.
They made Bison like an Irish evil real estate mogul, if memory serves me correctly. It was horrible. Frigging Taboo from Black Eyed Peas played Vega. He was in it for like all of 5 minutes. I remember I'm trying to remember who Michael Clark Duncan played Balrog. And
really?
Super weird movie.
Yeah. Holy crap! I completely forgot about that. Yeah. So, who else we got? Eric Andre is rumored for now to be the ring announcer.
The ring announcer,
yeah, of it. So this one's not confirmed. So I'm skipping the one that they just announced. But this one they have not confirmed yet is Ditto Walter Goggins from White Lotus is going to be the main villain, but that's just rumored.
Mhm.
That's
Bison.
just rumored. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That would be interesting if he turns out to be Bison.
I'm let's see how he looks. If I remember how he looks, I think I'm gonna be mad. Oh jeez. Oh yeah. What's his name? He was also from Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones. Yeah. Righteous
so
Gemstones, Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout. Yeah, Fallout. He was the dude with no nose, the ghoul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Him and Bison. I think he was also in Ant-Man and Wasp, wasn't he? In the second one?
Yes. He was in the second one. Yep, he sure was. Forgot about that for a second. He sure was.
Him as Bison could be interesting. He plays a good bad guy. I don't know if he's a good Bison. I don't know.
When I think
it's
Bison,
not confirmed, but yeah.
Yeah. He's got the acting chops to pull it off. Like, he's one of those actors who could play anything. But I don't know, like Bison, I kind of like want someone with a little more of a like a physical presence. And I guess it's nothing like lifting some weights in a padded suit couldn't fix. And I think him as an actor really speaks for itself. But I don't know.
Yeah. You give him a fake suit, I guess.
Yeah, right. Could put him in a padded suit, Yeah. I might be able to I might kind of roll with it.
Yeah. So the one that I just saw earlier today, like maybe like at this point, like 3 hours or so ago, was we got Dan Hibiki, I think he's like the dude that wears the pink key, Ken wears the red, Ray wears the white. So Dan wears like pink.
almost like a comic relief type character, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. They just announced Andrew Schultz, the stand-up comedian who does the Flagrant podcast, is going to be Dan.
What?
It's so stupid. Yeah, it's so stupid. Like a dude who has never acted once in his life. Not that I can remember. He might have, but nothing major is going to be in this Street Fighter film.
He's going to be Dan?
Yeah.
Was that the one that you were talking about that I didn't see yet?
Yeah, because it was literally like maybe like an hour before we went on live. Like I was just scrolling through, Twitter. I was putting my kid to sleep, and I was like, "What?
He's gonna be Dan?"
I'm assuming Dan's gonna have a small role. Dan is kind of a jokey, annoying kind of character. And it's not the worst, but it's also just it's kind of weird, It's kind of weird.
See, man, like the casting for Street Fighter movies should be like one of the easiest things in the world. But like some of it, and they are improving in certain spots. Like Andrew Koji is as a Ryu. I love that. The Walt Goggins potentially being Bison, even though there's no topping the greatness that was Raul Julia. He would be an improvement over Bison from Legend of Chun-Li. This actress playing Chun-Li, not too familiar with her, so I'm probably gonna research. I'm probably gonna have to do some research on her. 50 Cent is Bison. Don't mind the guy as an actor. Not who I would have picked, but fine. Dan Schultz is Dan Hibiki. Huh.
It's so weird because even like I'm like, this can't be real, right? This is not real. And I'm like, yeah, it's like it confirmed. It was kind of on X and stuff. I was like, that's stupid. Like, how do you get like Andrew Koji, right? Roman Reigns, which I'm like are great. Even 50 Cent, I'm like, okay, I can see it. I don't know how good of an actor he is.
Yeah.
But like physically, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like he's fine in things that I've seen him in. I've never minded 50 as an actor because he's kind of stuck with
Trying to think what was he in that
he was in the first Den of Thieves. He was in that movie when he was like really at the height of his career, Get Rich or Die Trying, which wasn't the greatest movie, but it was basically his 8 Mile. He was basically just playing himself.
Yeah.
And he was in Escape Plan with Sylvester Stallone playing like a tech geek.
Mm-hmm.
He created and was on the show Power.
So
I'm fine with it. I think he actually does have some sort of boxing experience, and and he has experience on the wrong side of the law. So a boxer and a gangster, right? So
yeah,
why not?
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, I don't hate it. I think he's definitely got the look. I'm like, I'm okay with that one.
Yeah,
like most of these people, I'm okay. Like Noah as Ken, I'm cool with.
Mm-hmm.
Orville Peck. That for me
now
is kind of
that's strange.
Like this dude who's never acted before, who's a country star from South Africa, is going to play a Spanish assassin. Like,
yeah, like
okay,
I kind of want, in something like this, I do kind of want people who have a little bit of like fighting or martial arts experience. I know that's kind of hard to ask for when it comes to casting stuff like this. So unfortunately, you can't have it both ways all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it would have Orville. I'm not sure about him as Vega. Like you said, a vain Spanish assassin, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the what was it the guy who was directing Bring Her Back.
They were supposed to do it.
Yeah,
because
they stepped down.
Yeah, they got their start by writing and directing like this Street Fighter short film. It was dope, and they got the job due to the fact. So I was really excited for them to do it. And they stepped down to do Bring Her Back. So the guy they got taking over, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Kaito Sakura. So he did the Netflix comedy Bad Trip, which was good. It was a funny movie. I didn't hate it, but it was definitely explains why Eric Andre is in the cast. But that's very different. But even was it the Philippou brothers?
Yeah.
Even them, I was like, they're direct, but like you said, they did their own little short movie, and I haven't seen it yet, but I've been hearing it's really good. But yeah. But I mean, as of right now, there's no writer, there's no distributor. Yeah.
And they tentatively had this scheduled for release next year with none of that.
Yeah. Well, it's set to begin filming in Australia in August.
Yeah.
And is there a script? Because it says there's no writer. So
let's see.
Yeah. Yep. They're about to roll cameras on a movie with no script and no like official release date. Yeah. $100 million. That's the budget.
We'll talk about putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it said Yeah, after Sakura was confirmed as the new director, Sony yanked Street Fighter off its March 2026 release calendar. We're not even entirely sure if the studio is still attached to the project.
Yeah,
No.
there's no way it was going to be out in time.
Yeah, no way. But yeah, fun, interesting. I mean, I kind of want to see it for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. But some good casting, some questionable casting, and some interesting ones for sure. But yeah. Yeah, but if you guys are watching a replay, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this. But if you're watching on live with us, we're gonna move on to our next topic for the night.
All damn time. I was like, that. Good lord!
I didn't see the comment that you were waiting. I was like, oh, I would have finished this shit a long time ago.
I was waiting for like at least 25 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I saw it right now, like the private message. I was like, oh shit.
I was like, oh okay.
You gotta jump in.
I didn't want to mess up you guys. The thing you doing a segment, I wasn't in it. It's fine. I wasn't gonna jump in the middle of it. It's all about gotta be able to redo these scenes. I was like, okay, well, I'll wait. I was like 25 minutes. I was like, all right.
Nah. Oh man. You want to do Ironheart and then watch the trailer?
We can do trailer first because I need to get the trailer in.
Okay. I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen this is the final trailer, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be that long. I mean, I don't know who wants to know about the final trailer, but I just want to watch what you guys see anyway.
That's my problem is I'm afraid it's going to show too much because final trailers are notorious for showing too much.
I actually don't think it's going to show anything at all.
I hope not. But yeah, let's watch this trailer though.
Famous around the world. Please welcome.
Pause it. What the heck? Did they change?
No, you still look the same. Terrible.
No. No, the StreamYard changed. I can't change the thingies, the timestamp.
Dude, what you can't do what?
I can't rewind. Like there's no, usually there's a little play bar and stuff at the bottom. Yeah. It didn't pop up for me. Dudes with another 10 memberships. Holy crap.
Now, guys, all you gotta do is just tap on to get your membership.
Just click it and get the membership. There's a bunch just hanging out. Let me see. Deuce, I was gonna say, Deuce, can you click it? Can you gift yourself a membership?
That'd be good if you could.
Yeah, 100% you should, man. If you can.
Just gotta claim it, guys. We gotta claim it.
Let me see. I don't know. Can I? Let's see if I can like do it from my end because you're saying like you just click the claim button or something like that, but I don't know if that's how it does it or not.
Yeah, I wasn't able to do that on that one.
So, but we appreciate that. Deuce, we'll give you one. There we go. We're talking about Street Fighter. So
Yes!
That's how I feel.
There you go.
Yes. This, I was talking about the Street Fighter. I feel like it's going to be a silly movie.
I getting the same vibes.
They're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be anything that's serious. It's going to be, just regular. Why is it not that? Yeah, I can't do it either.
Yeah. Because I'm okay. I should have just done a
super chat.
Super chat. No, it's all good, man. The memberships are always good for people in chat, hanging out, stuff like that.
Well, I was just noticing it. Yeah, I couldn't claim it. That was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I wish YouTube fixes like
It
stuff
made
like
it
that.
easier.
On Twitch, it's so easy, man. It's stupid easy. Like you can pick and choose. That you're like, oh, hey, this person gets a gifted membership. Like that's how easy it is on Twitch. So all right. Tank deleted it. I deleted it. What
Yeah, I
did I
was like,
delete?
how did Tank? Oh, it does say that. Tank deleted it.
Did I? What the fuck? I don't even know how to do that shit.
Okay. All right. Well, that's one way of doing things.
I mean, I can I undelete it? I can't delete it. Oh, that's weird. My bad. I don't even know I did that. Damn. Nah, I'll find a way out. I'll find a way to give it out or something.
That's weird. Yeah.
Usually, I can undelete as an admin, or even like under the Spoiler Kings things. I can like
Yeah. I
undelete
was
it.
in the main thing and because it wasn't able to do it.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I feel bad.
All right. Well,
But we'll figure it out. We'll make we get it. All right. Let's watch this trailer.
All right.
It was a movie, collector movie man came back right in time. All right. All right. What is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. We are going to check out another trailer for the night. We have the final trailer for the Fantastic Four movie. I haven't seen it. I don't think you guys haven't watched it yet, right?
No, I was worried about watching anyway. So
World.
I wasn't sure we needed another one. We've seen enough.
it's.
I
mean, I guess for Marvel it makes sense. Like I don't understand Superman because it's like 2 weeks, but for Marvel, I guess it makes sense because you got a month away. Deuce.
Before we get into that, Deuce was $20 super chat. It's all good. Jurassic isn't panning out how I thought it would. No. I'm hearing
sales are not doing well, but it doesn't matter. What everyone's forgetting is the last movie only did $173 million domestically.
Yeah.
The rest of the money all came internationally.
Yeah, it's gonna be all international. But the reviews are coming out, and it's not good reviews. It's like really not good reviews. So,
is it dinosaur? Do people get eaten?
From what I heard, this part of the problem is like it takes a while before you get to a dinosaur. So I was like, ooh.
I mean,
it's kind of on brand with the director, Gareth Edwards, because how long was it in Godzilla 2014 before we saw Godzilla himself?
A long time. Like, but this is a dinosaur movie. Put dinosaurs in it. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's the only that's the only thing you got to do. And Kyle's in the house.
What up, Kyle?
King of Old Heads. That's a new one. All right. Oh man. All right, but Deuce, appreciate you so much, man. You are legit. Like you're the best, man.
100%. You know I believe that.
Yeah.
But we didn't give him a video. I know.
I'm looking for one right now. I'm trying to find something good. Here you go. So it's like he finds out I deleted the comment by accident, and then this was his response.
It's never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
What? Deleted it. Oh man. But Deuce, you're always the best.
Hold on. That was me laughing.
That's oh man.
I thought you said attack hug.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mom Bear said I have a friend that just saw Jurassic World Rebirth and says it's a must watch. Okay. That's high praise. It's a must watch.
I think this is going to be one of those things. Once again, it's going to have legs, which is dangerous. I think people are saying negative things about it right now, hoping that it helps Superman. Because if it's this big uproar, and the worst thing that could happen is if it has a low opening week, and then the second week it pops off. That would be horrible for Superman.
That would be so bad.
Can you imagine a great Superman movie and people don't go see it because they're still watching Jurassic World?
Yeah.
That would be the worst.
Yeah. So. Let me see. I can send you a short. Yeah, send it over. We'll check out a short. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this trailer real quick and then talk about it.
All right.
Famous around the world, please welcome the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic.
Hey,
Invisible Woman. Human Torch.
I love you, Johnny.
And the Thing.
Hey, what time is it? Say the thing.
That's not really something I say.
It's clobbering time.
That's just in the cartoon. Never late for Sunday dinner. Let's eat.
Hey, what time is it?
It's dinner time. Get inside.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
What is that? Get us out of here, Ben! Hold on! Are we safe?
I don't know. The clock is ticking. We are going to find a solution. We are going to make it right.
You don't want to just crush him?
I like that. The four of us will face the danger. We will protect you.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself. We'll face it together. As a family.
What time is it, Ben?
No.
What time is it, Ben?
No, Johnny.
Say it!
Yeah.
I don't wanna! Say it!
Okay. That was a pretty good one. I don't think it gave a lot away, which that was the one thing I was afraid of.
No, it still didn't really give away anything. A couple cool shots.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see if I can find him with the beard, which was interesting. There you go. That's interesting because I doubt it's gonna be in like time travel or anything like that. But usually, whenever he has the beard, I think it's like time travel, like it's him way in the future. But the Silver Surfer part was pretty dope. You know,
Yeah.
like I gotta give it that. That was pretty cool. Very, very menacing.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I like the feel that this is going for. I like that they're doing something completely different. They kind of needed to after the last few Fantastic Four movies. I really like where they're going with the setting. I love how retro it looks. The Yeah, like I said, they're staying light on what exactly is going on with the plot, which I like.
Yeah, you just know Galactus is coming. That's
Mhm.
kind of all you really know, which I'm cool. I mean, obviously, as soon as you say Galactus is the bad guy, you're like, oh yeah, he's gonna come and f up the world or try to at least, So yeah. But,
I guess the running joke is trying to get Ben to say it's clobber in time, huh?
yeah. Which I kind of it depends on how much they run it into the ground. That's kind of the issue. But
yeah, I might be okay with it because it's something that they never quite got right in the last ones. It was it was in the first movie it was like something that like they got from a toy saying in the reboot. It was Ben Grimm. It was something Ben Grimm's older brother would say to him before he would beat up on him, which was just really messed up. And yeah, so we'll see how they work it in this time.
Oh, you Brian? Quiet.
I'm not sure.
Really?
You guys are saying I still don't think I know the plot, and my worry is I do know the plot. 60s futuristic family. We know they're the Fantastic Four. They went in space and did all the stuff. We kind of know what's going to happen with Franklin Richards. We know Galactus is coming in. We know who the Herald is. We know what they're going to fight against it. We know they're going to do it as a family. And they know they're probably going to end up losing in some way, shape, or form. I feel like I've seen and know most of the movie. And that's a worry for me. And I totally could be wrong. It totally could be totally new. But from what I see, I feel like I know what's going to happen. I do believe they gave him too much. I thought the cool thing was, you haven't seen Galactus, you haven't seen Reed Richards do his power, you haven't seen Franklin Richards, you haven't seen, and now I saw all that in this, trailer. You saw the joke nature of everything. You saw in between rocks him stretching out his arm, but you didn't really see him, like Pedro, and how they're going to do the transition. I feel like I saw all of that in this trailer. So saying that we haven't seen a lot, I think we did, and think that might be the problem that we were talking about later. That I think I saw all this.
Yeah, in the trailer. Yeah. I mean, we definitely get more of Ben's issue of saying the thing, and it kind of turns into a joke. I kind of like that we see more of Johnny, like, because he's, the more I see of him, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, like I kind of see you as Johnny Storm,
Got a question for you guys. Watching that, who's the leader of the Fantastic Four? I know what the reports are, but who's the leader of the Fantastic Four?
Oh, Reed.
So we're not concerned with all the reports or Daniel RPK and all of them saying
no.
Sue
I think
is the leader.
They're full of. I won't say they're full of shit. I think they're reading into things that other people are saying. Just from the trailer, who's always in front of who's talking to the press? Who's always the person that's always talking? In the family, that could be one thing, because it's the family, because when shit goes bad, you're like, hey, mom, everything okay? You know what I mean? Like, it's usually like the mother is the one that people kind of go to. But when it's like a crisis, and there's a face of the family and the person that's going to be the leader, it's usually the dad. It's very giving roles and shit like that, but whatever. And that's how, I think that's what it's going to be. He's the one always in the middle. He's the one always talking to the press. People are asking him, are you going to save us? He's like, I don't know. They didn't ask Sue that. So I think she's going to have, obviously, some power within the family, but they're going to definitely see Reed as the leader.
I think you're 100% correct. I believe they're looking into it this way. I believe Sue's the heart of the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
She's Reed's wife. She's Johnny's sister. She's no thing for forever. Like, I feel like she's the heart. She's the linchpin of the Fantastic
of the
Four.
family.
Yeah, she's a linchpin even of the team. She's the one that connects to everybody in some way, shape, or form. They all went to school together. All this stuff is the linchpin is Sue.
100%. Maternal figure.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Reed is not the leader. And when you are the leader, you're the main person, right? And you're married to someone. When you're out there in the world, you gotta be one thing. When you're at home, you're more vulnerable. You open up. You talk to things. She's the one who's going to be his counsel, the only person he really trusts in that aspect, right? So you're going to see her saying things and him depending on her and even sometimes saying, hey, what do you think? And, but she's going to be that, his things he latches on to, because that's what your wife does. That's what that is. That's an inside thing into a family, inside into a team. That's what happens. I don't think that she's the leader. She's probably the most important because she is the linchpin.
Like Deuce is like, she's the leader. Y'all knock it off. No, but 100% I agree with you, Brian. That's why I think people see things in the or hear things, but also you forget how a family dynamic is, because they are a family, and they say it a bunch of times in here where it's almost like a Fast and Furious movie, so but it's always like the maternal figure, the mother figure, literally being the older sister to one of them, being a wife to the other, and being a long time friend to another. So it's like she's that person, like exactly how you said it, Brian. So yeah. But I think people
I just don't want people saying all this stuff and then people coming, oh no, why are they changing the things up? No. What think about your own family. How
exactly
if you're married, how does that work? If you were someone you've been with forever, they're the support, especially if you're out there leading stuff, right? You need that support. That's what she is. Johnny's only gonna listen to his sister. That's how that works. Yeah. And when you have your best friend, don't you guys always argue all the time and it takes someone who knows both of you to calm you down? Who would that be? I'm just saying that's what Sue is going to be. She's going to be all those things.
Yeah.
That's what a maternal mother is. And that she's giving birth, to Franklin, she's going to have all those instincts that she's already shown. And now she's going to have the manifestation of those instincts there.
Yeah. Yeah. As being a literal mother at that point,
exactly.
Not just a mother figure, but the actual mother, of the family at that point. Yeah. Yeah. So I think people are are looking on to attach some I don't want to say woke, but that's what people like to call it. It's like, oh well, yeah, the woman's in charge now. I was like, no, I don't think so.
What are you talking about? Even in the family, they say the man's the head of the family, but the woman's the neck. The mother's the neck. She's the one that's gonna tell you which way you're gonna be looking. That's how a family dynamic works. Like for people that are arguing this that don't know it, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So he could be the leader out front. Right, she's the leader inside, and that's how it works. The heart of the entire team. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think people are saying it wrong, but they're trying to put those words out there to enrage people.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Giving birth to God. Yeah. Just a small little feat.
Well, it's little G.
The little G. Brian said it all, but everyone to say Superman for the win. Yeah. Marvel said, well said, Brian. Yep. Yeah, I agree. But it looks, but I think it looks good. It looks fun. The beard, I'm kind of interested in. I kind of wish they didn't show that in the trailer, but I like this moment, where because Johnny always eggs on.
Oh yeah, that's their whole dynamic.
Yeah, so he's literally flying in. It looks like somewhere in the sky. So it's like, like, hey, I'm gonna drop you, kind of thing. So it's like, if you don't say it, I'm gonna drop you. But yeah, I'm digging it. You know, we saw a little bit more of Galactus, which is kind of cool. So haven't got the full.
I don't know if that's cool though. That's what I worry about. I worry about sometimes
we got that
too much. Like I
kind
want
of rock
that first look to be just like the first thing. We never knew what we were looking at. The shadow was enough for me.
Yeah, oh, no, I agree with that 100%. 100%. You know, but yeah. Yeah, like him making the this was kind of funny. You know, I feel like it's going to be definitely the running gag of the whole movie. You know, is
you don't want it to be too silly though. That's also another thing you can worry about. Is it too silly?
And she uses power there. But if it's like if that's the running gag is like getting him to say it, like it's not the worst. Like even that, like even like this, like all the girls are like, oh, it's him, and then he's on the poster, you know, the billboard. I was like, okay, so
tan don't burn. Says the most pale dude.
I know. Right? Well, yeah, but I'm pretty excited about it. You know, it looks fun for sure. It looks good. I think visually looks good.
Yeah. Oh, I love how it looks visually.
Yeah.
It looks.
I wonder what this is.
In Paris? I don't know.
There's another one far back there too. So that is. Yeah. Looks fun.
I mean,
for sure.
This could be a problem though. I mean, if there's any problem, it's gonna be you showed me too much or it's too silly. If it's not those two things and they did a good job, you know, writing it, then this is gonna be a hit.
Yeah, and if you're saying this looks, if for anyone who's saying this looks too silly, excuse me, Fantastic Four, it's kind of like Superman in the sense that it's usually pretty light and colorful and hopeful. For like a lot of it, or a pretty good amount of the content.
It's very much family dynamic.
Yeah, so
and they play well with other people. There is always some type of, you know, different feel from each culture, but they're usually understanding of everybody's culture. Like they're a good team to use, but I don't know if it's a silly team.
It depends on which you know, this definitely does seem to be appropriately drawing from the Fantastic Four comics that they started out with in the 60s. So they're kind of sticking close to that. Depending on what they do with the team in the future, if they're going to move to the 616 timeline or whatever they may do, there's a lot of stuff they can play around with. Maybe I worded it wrong.
Oh, Navy. That's what they That's funny. Bang Grim Beard goes. Yeah. That is interesting. I'm kind of interested to see what they why he has a beard.
Yeah, what he's doing with a beard.
Yeah, what's going on. And then Deuce with the $5 super chat said, being too silly is my Superman criticism.
That could be a problem. That really could be.
Yeah. Yeah. I think right now with every comic book movie that's a potential problem. You know. But I just like how it's like it's very kind of what Brandon said. It was bright and vibrant, but then they go see Galactus and it's just so dark and gloomy. It's like which kind of tells me like, all right, they're pretty good at like, all right, here's the vibes here, and then here's the vibes here, and then you know, so yeah, I got my ticket, so I'm already sold.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the director does, because it's Matt Shackman who did a lot of WandaVision, which is interesting because originally this was supposed to be directed by John Watts, who did the last 3 Spider-Man movies. He was going to jump from that into this, but he backed out. I guess I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm just going by the look of this, the look and vibe of this.
Mm-hmm.
For Marvel to make the money it needs to make, it needs to do well domestically with this movie. So I believe this movie needs to make at least $300 million for it to get to the number that Superman is going to get to. Because I think Superman will have a better international pull.
I agree with that.
So that's why I think it needs a bigger domestic number to be on the same level. And I'm at a point where I think Superman's going to be doing 750 to 800, and I think Fantastic Four is going to be about $50 million off. Whatever Superman does is going to be about $50 million less.
Yeah. Which is, I can see that. I mean, if we both get, if we get both of these movies at 700 plus, I mean, I think that's a win. You know,
can we get through all three movies over 700?
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. But again, like you said, the 700 for Jurassic is going to be majority international. You know, like you said, 300, for something like this, probably for Superman, it might be like 100, 150 for Jurassic,
And then, but what dinosaurs? I mean, kids like dinosaurs, so you don't know what ends up happening, but it doesn't look good. But I mean, even the numbers for Superman's pre-sales dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so people just might be. I don't know where I'm going to be during this time, so I'm going to wait. You never know.
Yep. But yeah, I think we're all sold, so we're all gonna go check this out for sure. Hopefully, if we can plan this out correctly, Fantastic Four might be our 200th movie review. That's kind of what we're striving for, and I think we might be able to get that. So that'd be kind of cool to have this, a big Marvel movie be our 200th movie that we review on the channel.
We'll need to invite someone else onto the stream at the time so we can have the Fantastic Four reviewing the Fantastic Four
with it. Yeah, that'd be funny. Get I think Zach Tech was our first guest, right?
Yeah, 100% was.
Yeah. So, but cool. That is our thoughts for this Fantastic Four trailer. We want to hear from you guys. So if you're watching on the replay, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What you think about is it too funny, too goofy? Let us know. But if you are watching live, we want you guys to stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night.
I don't know if we got this one.
No. Oh, excuse me.
The dude saying exactly on par with Superman. I think it's going to be a little bit less than Superman, even though I think I'm not sure what type of movie we're going to get for either of these films. I have no idea. But I'm going to let the movie talk more than I'm going to guess what it's going to be. Let the movie talk and we'll find out what it is.
Yeah. I think after Superman, I think we'll have a better idea of what numbers we're going to get, from Fantastic Four. Because by then we already watched Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, Superman, and then that would leave 2 weeks before we get into Fantastic Four. So it might be a nice time to look at that stuff. But
for Deuce, what should we get?
Yeah.
So exactly on par with Superman. You said that, and I said no. That's what I said.
Oh man! Again, here we go with the dinos. What happens to dinosaurs? Ice Age. Nice little Batman reference. What was that? Batman and Robin, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Yeah. Jesus. So
friggin' fun.
Freeze.
Yeah. All right. So it's kind of Getting a little late. You want to jump right into
Ironheart. Let's do it.
Ironheart. Man, I'm sorry, man. I'm like super tired.
Me too.
Yeah, my kid woke me up like way early this morning. I was like, no, go back to sleep. And he like stayed in his bed for maybe like 15 more minutes. And they started tapping on the shoulder. Da 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 da. And I'm like, what, man?
There is no more data, only Zool.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's what I tell my girls all the time. There is no more dad, only Zool.
That's what I wanted to do, Bond. If we can't get the Bond tonight, which I don't know if we'll get into it, we'll do Bond Saturday for sure.
Oh, what we doing? Harry Potter?
Oh yeah, that's right. Are we gonna start that this week?
I'm cool. Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
I'd love to watch Harry Potter.
Nope, watch Harry Potter. Any chance I get?
Yeah, I was watching it today.
Was it on Was it on what is it? TBS again this morning?
Was it FX or was it TBS? I can't remember, but I was watching it today. So I love it. So doing a watch party for Harry Potter on Saturday, I want to do that.
Yeah. She got to respond. Does he know the Keymaster?
That's good.
Yeah. I don't know if my 3-year-old will get the reference, but not yet. I'm for sure gonna show him Ghostbusters. But we'll find out. We'll find out. We're gonna talk James Bond. It's just we want to get into 28 years later was trash.
I haven't heard you say something was trash in at least 15 minutes. So that was kind of I was waiting for it.
It wasn't my favorite, man. Like this one, I'll be like, yeah, okay, like I'm not gonna fight you on saying it.
What did I say? I called it a later, right?
Yeah.
I gave it a later.
I think I did the same. It was okay.
Yeah, but I mean, man, if I've seen people like super upset about it, so
I've seen people say it's great. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot of I was expecting a mixed response, and I expected the people who really disliked it to really dislike it. I thought it was fine. I thought compared to the amazing trailer, it was a little bit of a letdown, but I didn't necessarily hate it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't great. It wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
I'll say I enjoyed Final Destination more than I enjoyed 20 Years Later.
Same.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Same.
All right. Let's talk about this one.
Okay.
Where we are. All right, got it up. Cool. Let's go. All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brian the Grizzly, Brandman Brandon, and we're going to talk about the first 3 episodes that we got for Ironheart. Riri Williams coming back after the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie, and she's getting her own show. So a lot of delays, a lot of issues and stuff like that. Does it affect the overall show? I don't know. We'll talk about it. But but if you're watching the replay, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about the show. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come and join us next week when we talk about the second half of this season. But yeah, Brian, what you think about this? The first 3 episodes so far.
It was fine. I mean, they're good. A lot of good parts of it. It held my interest the entire time. If I want to be honest, for me, there are things that I had problems with, as far as culturally, as a girl, as a Black girl, as someone who's supposed to be a genius. There's just a lot of things that I don't think that really made a lot of sense, but could have with like a line here or a line there, but seemed like Disney didn't care about that much, But as far as is it good? I think it's good, yeah. but to say it's perfect or it's really great or anything like that, I can't say that. I think that it has issues, and I have a problem the way black girls are portrayed a lot in the MCU. So that's just me.
So okay. And we'll get into more of that in a little bit. But Brian, man, what you thought about the show so far?
First and foremost, I think everything Brian said was valid, especially with the portrayal of black female characters, especially in the MCU. But I also think the character of Riri is working a little bit more in the context of this so far than she did in Wakanda Forever. To me, I think she just kind of felt like many things just kind of stuffed in there or shoehorned in there. So I think the way that they're utilizing her and kind of slowly building the character up is working for me. I think Dominique Thorne is doing a great job.
She's so good.
Yeah, they're giving her a lot more to work with. I liked how the show hit the ground running. I liked the overall vibe, and being someone who lives in Chicago, there's a lot of hey, I know that place. There's even like a one blink and you'll miss it instance, I think on the first episode where I could actually see my building.
I'm talking about I saw Brandman standing in the window. I was like, this
you saw me in the window, right?
Hit the pause at the right time. You can see a magnifying glass in the window.
I like the dynamic between Riri and Natalie. I like really her interactions with just about everyone really worked for me, and it's leaving me kind of wanting to see a lot more in where they go. I think the pacing, it's not too fast, it's not too slow, and it's so far it's solid. Nothing not the best from the MCU, but at this point I think it's good enough. It's for where they seem to be going.
Yeah. I think I'm right there with you guys. Like it's good enough where I'm interested in the next 3 episodes for sure. And I think they could do something where it can end up being like a really good season. Is it going to be as good as like something like WandaVision or Loki? Probably not. But is it going to be better than like Secret Invasion? Yeah, it's already better than Secret Invasion. So yeah, it's just
I had a pool this morning that was better than Secret Invasion. So
God,
it looked like her arm when she
Secret Invasion. What a letdown!
Looks just like the arm.
The arm. She got. Oh, gee.
I'm still residually let down disappointed from Secret Invasion.
It's so bad.
Jesus. And I was hyping that up like it was going to be amazing.
Yeah. So hopefully they learn their lesson and not do too crazy or do something that's so out there, and it's hard to do something so out there with Riri, even though you're doing with Anthony Ramos's character, Parker, with the magic, kind of stuff. So you are kind of testing the waters with the supernatural kind of stuff, which I'm okay with, so far. But yeah, having fun with it so far. I never was bored. It was a little low in the beginning, but it progressively got better throughout the episodes. Where by the end of the 3rd one, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sold. Like I want to see what happens next." But I was never to the point where I'm like, oh, like let's go already. There's some parts where I'm like, that's kind of stupid, but I still had fun with the heist. And I'm not a heist fan. I hate heist movies, stuff like that. But it was definitely like evil Ocean's 11 type of thing. It definitely got that vibe. But yeah. But what about what you think about Brian?
They have a dude walking around Chicago in a cloak and with an actual cape on in Chicago, and he's the leader. What? Really? Have you ever been to Chicago? Anyone with a cape
walking around with it?
He was like in the streets with a cape on, showing her outside like, oh, here's a cape. Like, dude, like, what are we doing? Really? If it's not Comic-Con, you get beat up. That's what that is. I thought that was just strange. I thought that for her falling for that trap was so idiotic for a girl.
Wait, which trap?
Yes, but that's the problem.
Yeah.
Overall, like she's supposed to be this genius girl who went to college at 15 to MIT, doing all these things, and she's falling for these traps so easily. I thought that was a big problem. My other problem was the fact that she is so not motivated. And I understand her big speech at the beginning, but understanding that you have to crawl before you can run. You can't just go right into running, that you have to get your degree. You have to do certain things to be, it's not just for you, it's for everyone behind you. And the fact that she was so arrogant that she couldn't see that, especially in this culture. I had a lot of problems with that. I had a lot of problems with her and her mother's relationship. I had a lot of problems with her disrespectfulness to a lot of people that have been there for her overall. Because I know she has trauma. She has a lot of trauma there. You know, but that can't be the excuse all the time, because she's at an age now where I feel like past 17, you have to take some personal responsibility for some of the stuff. And no one's going to sit there and hold your hand for a lot of the trauma that you already are experiencing. And it's totally fair to talk about the trauma and how important it is and how hard it is. But it doesn't matter anymore. And I don't like portraying these tropes. The only little black girl we have in the MCU train these tropes all the damn time. It just makes me sick that that's all you think you know about black girls. This is what it is. This is, you know, these are the flaws that are going to be all the time. The same thing over and over again. I just get tired of it. And it's like you really don't know. You know, there's more to them than just what you see, or they're going to fall for the okie doke all the time. I think, and they're always going to not care about the good guy, the guy who has their back. You know, they're always going to, you know, just kind of overrun them all the time. I don't like those characteristics being portrayed at the front of every character of specifically these black characters. I don't like that. So, you know, those are things that I saw, and it has little to do with the writing of the show and more just how the writing of the character, and that bothers me. And it happens all the time. So that's my biggest problem. You know, she's not acting the way she should be acting. And then the way, the characteristics of her overall. Like it was written by someone who doesn't know all the characteristics and things that black women go through. Just me.
Okay. Valid. What about you, Brian? What issues you have?
I know there's a lot of raging about a certain character on the show.
Who cares?
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I'm more kind of I'm not invested in that group as a whole, like the group that she falls into. I think they're very bland, and I'd say cookie cutter, but that's almost being too nice to them. They just have zero presence, and that's nothing to do with the actors. It's just to do with the characters themselves.
They're very lame.
I was just about to say lame.
Yeah. They're
just lame recycled tropes, and they're not doing a whole lot for me. I'm already watching the show, so I am a little curious to see what they do with those characters. And then the character of Joe, I don't know. I think he's a little bit too much of a wimp for me. So I'm hoping they kind of develop and evolve him a little more. But yeah, just kind of some of the characters.
Dude, how many times is Anthony Ramos going to be like the same thing? The same type of character, like all the time with him, man. Well, I got these problems. These are the problems I always got. Like, this is the way I grew up. Like, come on, man. Really? All the time, the same guy?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's yeah. I did get that kind of vibes with it. But I liked his character, and I think they're gonna. I have some like theories, and I think they're gonna like do some stuff with him that's gonna be pretty interesting. You know, with his backstory, family wise, and I think with where he gets the power from. Kind of what Fernando kind of hinted at. That's why I think they're going.
I mean, of course we're going Mephisto, man. Come on, that's like the worst Hill secret ever. Sacha Baron Cohen, like
yeah. So yeah, this is way more. Well, I mean, I guess in WandaVision it kind of like could have happened, but here it's more out in front because I've seen it twice already. Like I watched it once and then I watched it again because I wanted to watch it again. And the things that bothered me the first time was like, oh, the contract thing. I'm like, that's kind of silly, you know. But then I'm like, well, if it's Mephisto, the contract isn't just about like the money. Like I feel like it's gonna be like oh, Mephisto needs their signatures. He needs their soul. He needs them to sign the contract, you know, because that's what Mephisto does. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, you know, and I started noticing little different things. I was like, okay, you know, like I think little things like that could definitely pay off. I hope they do, you know, because if he just like convinced like some chick to like give all of them millions of dollars for no reason, you know, like I feel like there's a Mephisto, you know, thing coming in from the side. They're like, haha, you know, we got all these rich people to sign these contracts. I own their soul now, or I own the deal that they made, or something stupid, you know. But the crew was lame. They were just like, cool. You got people that fight. You got the hacker. It's like, okay, whatever. You know, like I feel like you could have kept the group too small. You know, kept it to Parker. Was his brother, I think, was the other dude, or his cousin. Was his cousin. You keep it to them and who was it? Eric Andre? Not Eric Andre.
Was Eric Andre.
There was Eric Andre at the beginning. You know, like, and then Riri changes him out. Everyone else, you kind of like, oh, whatever. You know, like I feel like you could have done it between the 3 people. You didn't have to have all these extra characters that mean nothing and kind of just bog down the heist of it all. You know, and then so with Riri herself, I have one issue with them introducing her in Black Panther is that now she's here and she's struggling. She just helped save your fucking country, bro. So like you're telling me
who's gonna give it to her? There's no one left.
I mean,
there's no one left in Wakanda.
Yeah, I know, right? Everyone's gone.
The entire royal family is gone, man. Like, who's gonna give it to her? Anything else?
Yeah.
Then they fix her stepfather's car that she used to make the first one. They fixed it.
And sold it
and sent it back to her, and she sold it for other stuff.
Yeah, which is insane. You know, but it's also like
wrote a letter saying, "Hey, can you send me some more stuff, please?"
But no, I was like, okay, cool. You don't want to give her vibranium. The whole point of at the end of Black Panther 1 was he wanted to go into cities and help like the Black communities.
Mm-hmm.
You pulled Riri out of Chicago or wherever she was in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and she helped you make these damn suits. You know, she helped you save your country. You're telling me you can't make a T'Challa charity fund?
She didn't have to be in the Iron Man or whatever. Tony Stark college fund. You didn't have to do that. You could have had the city of Wakanda.
Wakanda college fund.
Wakanda college fund. Yeah.
No, that's something that really pisses me off.
I was like
they didn't just walk back certain storylines and where they were going with T'Challa. They completely just trashed it. They threw it out.
Yeah, and that was an issue I had watching it the second time. I was like, why isn't Wakanda helping Shuri, especially because they were like really close in the movie?
Shuri's in Haiti now.
Like, but it's just.
Oh my God.
I was like, you could have $1 million. Like, here you go. Here's $1 million from like the wealthiest
richest,
country in the world. You know, it was like, here's $1 million. You know, this should get you by for a while. You know, like, yeah. You know, like, what are we doing? Like, that's the part that kind of puts me off. Is like, you're Wakanda. Here's this person that you know now who's super smart, super, you know, like good with these things. And you know she's struggling. You
send Bucky back with an arm, but you send Riri back with a ticket. All right, see you.
Yeah, like fucking did the Men in Black red flash made you forget shit. You know, it was like, bro, you know. So that story wise, that was a big problem for me. I was like, why are we doing that? You know, but then
I know why they do it because once again, everyone's going. Who in Wakanda will remember her?
Yeah, right. It's. Yeah. I guess that's what happens when you, like you said, you kill
everybody off.
Yeah.
You know, strongest family, country in the world, kill everybody off. The whole family.
Yeah. Everybody. But for me, like kind of with what you were saying, Brian, with Riri and stuff like that, like the first time, like I watched it, I was like, she's very arrogant and cocky and annoying. Not annoying in the sense of like she's annoying, but she's annoying as in like, because she is cocky, because she's like, why'd you build a suit? She goes, because I can. And at first I'm like, I don't like it. The second time I watched it, it was very much like, oh, she's kind of like Tony Stark, but just poor.
They tried to make her like Tony Stark, but now understanding that they're two different cultures, and it's gonna be taking it differently.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
and once again, he had billions of dollars. She had alone, like nothing.
Yeah, and I get that's what they're going for. Is they're very much alike, blah blah blah, and they even say it in like the first episode. You know that she thinks like the only reason Tony got so much better was because he had money, which she ain't wrong. But also, I think by the end of the show, it's going to be like, oh, it's because he was super smart. And same thing with her. It's like the money isn't the thing that make you special. It's your mind, it's your brain, it's your intelligence. I know that's where they're going to go with it, which is cool. But it just sucks that they're, like she's getting involved in this group, and then everything like that. Like I get you were doing like the Robin Hood thing, which is, I don't know, man. It's at least by the end of the third episode, she kind of realized like, oh, I'm with bad people.
Mm-hmm. When they tried to kill her in the first episode, when she was in the elevator, she didn't figure that out. She could figure out
right?
how to hot wire elevator. She could figure out a way to pry the door open. She could figure out all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But she can't figure out, these might not be good people.
These might not be good. But again, I think she falls for the get rich quick scheme kind of thing, which never works out. Getting rich quick never works out. It's just not a thing, so, and she's so money driven, and it kind of makes the character not feel like you don't want to like support her almost, I don't know, but it's not that I didn't hate it. It's just like it is felt off, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And I think they're gonna fix it in the next 3 episodes. At least I hope they do. But seeing where she ended there and where it might go, like I'm like, okay, I think she's gonna be better. But so I have a question for you guys. I loved Natalie. As soon as she came out, she was awesome. You know, a lot of people on the internet are not liking her. They're saying she's annoying, she's pointless, she's like a silly character.
She didn't have a nice British accent, so that's the problem.
Yeah,
if she had a British accent, everybody would be like, "Oh man, she fired."
Yeah,
that's funny.
They were cool with Jarvis as Tony's AI, but you know.
Well,
because everything someone says in British, it just sounds better, right? Everyone believes it now.
Sounds good. Yeah, here, Brand Davis says she's annoying. I don't think so. I think she's like really. I liked her a lot.
Yeah.
You know, people are like,
she had a nice British accent. You wouldn't be thinking she's annoying. I mean, she just sounds intelligent.
Yeah, I dug her, and then I saw a lot of people like saying like, oh, like how they get her friend, you know, and why she's doing certain things. But I'm like, she's not Natalie. She's the thought of what Riri thought Natalie was. You know what I mean? So it's like she might have like she sounds just like her, she looks just like her, she kind of acts like her, but she's not. You know what I mean? She's what Riri saw Natalie as. You know, so that's kind of like the thing is like it's not her, it's her projection of her friend. You know, so it's gonna be slightly different. And I liked that. I thought that was cool.
From her perspective, which is always warped. And the further you get away from the actual event that happened, the further you get away from the actual truth of how they really were. You have this ideal image of this person instead of the realistic part of what they are.
Yeah, and I think that is the the dude that is a musician. I think he's gonna be that person. Xavier. I think he's gonna be the dude that like, hey, like, nah, she didn't do that, or she didn't say that, you know, because right now they're on the same wave of like, oh, Natalie was awesome. And I'm assuming that was Natalie's like boyfriend. You know, I don't think they said it, but that's what I got. You know, where Riri's the best friend, and then the dude was like the love interest of Natalie.
I felt like he liked Riri too, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but they're both bonding over it. But I feel like the dude's gonna be like, once he possibly finds out, or he tells Riri something about Natalie and changes her perspective on it, you know. So yeah, but like you said, it's always like a warped thing. But people are hating on her, and I liked her right from the start. I'm like, I thought she was cool. I thought she was a little badass, like hopping in from computers to projectors and chit-chatting with the mom, you know. So yeah, I thought that was all. And then so many people are like, that's not real. That's not realistic. Like an AI wouldn't do that. I just watched an article. I read an article about some dude who literally proposed to ChatGPT.
What about Jarvis?
Exactly.
Did we not see Jarvis with Tony Stark in 2009, in 2016? Like,
what's the other one?
Not watch them?
There's Jarvis, and then there's the one that Spider-Man has in his suit.
Yeah,
which is funny. Karen, right? Was it Karen? Yeah, it was Karen. Which is funny enough because that was what's his name's real wife. I can't think of her name.
Bettany.
Paul Bettany's real wife. Which she's yes, yeah. But then now he has Friday.
Jarvis, Friday, Karen, Edith.
Edith, yeah.
But once again, when you have British names, you just feel you like them better.
Yeah,
they sound smarter. They're better AI assistants.
Yeah,
they can do all these crazy things.
Yeah, all the other characters have like sentient. All the characters that we were just talking about are like sentient CGI, or not CGI, sentient AI, more or less. This one's suddenly a problem.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You know,
I
know what Jarvis stands for?
Just I used to. Really very intelligent
system.
Yeah.
Just a rather very intelligent system.
That's funny. Yeah.
On Friday, female replacement intelligent digital assistant youth.
That was fine. I remember Edith was like,
even dead, I'm the
hero. Even dead, I'm Is there one for Karen?
Nope. Just Karen.
Oh no, because
we all know Karen is.
He named her Karen, right?
Yep.
I think. Yeah. So Peter. Yeah. And then Kyle said, honestly, most brilliant people suffer in other areas.
But not one that she lived. She grew up in Chicago. She had a family that I don't know. You don't know Chicago. Like being there, obviously being on the south side of Chicago, those wouldn't be things that you would have problems with, because that would be your life every day.
Mhm.
Every day you have to deal with that. And her stepdad was the mechanic. You see the life they're living. It just 1 + 1 didn't equal 2. It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too close, and that's totally possible that I'm too close to the situation. I'm looking at it from the perspective like I know how things should be going on, and girls from even smart, brilliant girls on the south side, they're not going to fall for those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because someone's been trying to take advantage of you from the beginning. Every day of your life. That's part of being a female. You know, that's a part of it. I can tell my kids all the time, like, yeah, someone's always trying to take advantage of you. That's just what you get. Super sexualized. You get super, just they rationalize everything they do with you. That's just part of it. So, you know, taking advantage of you, people always are trying to do those things. So I don't understand how this is like the first time this ever happened to her, and she falls right for it, hook, line, and sinker, after they just tried to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, this is the first time you say, oh, first one's free. I give you money, right? Give you some money. First taste is free. You like that? Here's some more money. Like, really? You falling for that? You didn't go. You didn't go to Dare. Like, you don't know that's what they do. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. I don't know.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I mean, her being so, like you said, gullible is just kind of like really, like you're gonna forget it's common sense because they're flashing money at you.
Yeah, just throw everything to the wind.
Yeah. I do. Was it Joe? Was the other dude that you said it was kind of like kind of wimpy?
Yep.
I did like her and his kind of like relationship. You know, at first it was like kind of like goofy, but now I was like, you know, she kind of like told him to stand up for himself, and he kind of is. But finding out that he's what was it Obadiah,
Obadiah's
son, I'm like, that I think that's interesting, because now you got legacy character and legacy character, you know, from that same, you know, comic or from storyline that are working together, you know. So you have, you know, a direct, you know, legacy as with a son, and then you have, you know, in, well, I guess character style or whatever, with Riri, you know, with Ironheart. So I think that could be really cool, you know, a lot of like fun potential kind of stuff. So, you know, and it was interesting that but the ass is just in a cookie jar.
like a huge like a freezer bag, basically, like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what they come in. You get a little box, and you get a little baggie inside that box. So, yep. But it was funny. But I was thinking him. You know, at first he was kind of annoying. Then I'm like, okay, like you're kind of growing on me a little bit. You know, yeah, especially with him out in the suburbs. I think it's like funny.
Yeah.
You know,
It was funny when he cut that Karen's flowers.
yes. Yeah, because when he turned around, he stepped on the dog doo doo. I was like, oh, come on. He finally stood up for himself. So, but yeah, Ezekiel Stain. Was that his name? That wasn't his name.
Ezekiel Stain, yeah,
Was it
his real name?
No,
that's the actor's name.
Yeah. So, no, I think his real name is like
That's Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah.
Oh, Stain, S-T-A-N-E.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking him. No, that's his name in the comic books. Okay.
Yeah, it's a comic. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm digging it. Anything else? Any goods or bads? Because I know we were kind of dogging on it a little bit, but
I don't want to say like it's no.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, I want more positive. When you do, we ask for images, we ask for representation, and I want positive representation, not just always negative representation. I think, and that's just my initial thought process. But I think where they're going to go, they're going to show how intelligent she is and how she learns her lessons quickly, and that she values the family, and she has to get past that trauma. She will get past that trauma and start opening her eyes to the truth of not just this one scene, but the entire time that she's learned from both, her sister and her stepfather, whatever. Like you're going to see all that, and that's going to be her eye opening, getting past that. I think all of that is really good.
Yeah. Brandon said, people have turned this into She-Hulk versus Ironheart. That's not even close. It's not even close. Like She-Hulk is, for me, bottom of the barrel. Secret Invasion, bottom of the barrel. Ironheart is good. And if they do the next three, the last three, even better, like it could be above average. I'm cool with that. I don't think it's gonna be like home run kind of thing, but it's a lot better than what I expected, because I expected just trash. Why
would they wait for all this time to put this out?
I mean, that's why maybe like try to sneak it in right before the big comic book movies come out. Kind of hide it behind the July movie release. But yeah, it's nowhere as near as She-Hulk. Yeah. Like I said, I think she could have reached out to Wakanda for help.
Who's she gonna call?
Wakanda should have reached out to her and made sure she was good. Shuri, she's still queen at this point. I don't even know what technically, is she the ruler of Wakanda by
then they make M'Baku
by default.
Then they make M'Baku when she left and decided to be Black Panther.
Well, yeah, she's king, or he's king, but she's still like royalties, right? I mean,
her
she gotta have some
family is gone. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah. I love She-Hulk, and it's better, but remember, I like comedy. So, I gave She-Hulk every bit of a chance, and then the ending just kicked you in the nuts. You're like, you dumbasses. Yeah. Which I like the ending, but it just should not have been at the end. Maria said, as a woman, She-Hulk was trash. There you go. She was great. I say on that. I mean, if you like it, I'm not gonna bash you.
I'm not gonna bash that up.
Yeah. I thought it was fun. It was an entertaining time waster. I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, but yeah. This show's getting so much hate. It was getting review bombed before it came out, to the point where Rotten Tomatoes had to reset the audience score, I believe. It's like at a 60% now or something, which I think a lot of the review bombs came back. But I mean, overall, it's an entertaining show. I was never bored. Never.
The review bombing tripped me out.
I'm not surprised though.
Not surprised.
Yeah,
not surprised.
Jeez.
Yeah.
People like that are just exhausting.
Yeah. I mean, I barely have enough time in the day to do the things I want to do, let alone sit on a computer and
review bomb.
Yeah. Whatever. But like I said, we're gonna come out here and tell you the truth. I mean, that's all we can do. If one of us, all of us liked it or hated it, we're gonna tell you. So I think we're all digging it. It's pretty fun. And from what a lot of people I talk to, most of them are saying it's pretty good, pretty fun.
I think a lot of people are going to watch it.
Yeah. I hope with all the buzz that's getting this first week, the positive and the negative, I really hope that second week kind of gets more views.
Mm-hmm.
But
100%.
Yeah. So, because especially if not for Riri, for Mephisto, people might watch it just because they thinking that middle episode we're getting Mephisto.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might do it. But cool. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
That's pretty much it on this end.
Yeah, but We appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with us. If you're watching on the replay, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come and join us next week when we talk about the second half of this show. But we want to hear from you, so leave a comment as well. And if you are watching live, stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night, which is going to sleep.
It's the back of those eyelids. Let's go.
I need to.
Man.
I wanted to finish reading, catching up on Absolute Flash, and play a little Assassin's Creed before I go to bed.
I've been reading a book, so I need to read Who Fights Monsters.
Oh, who recommended that one?
No, I've been reading.
Have you been talking about that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Last we saw, Shuri was in charge of Wakanda, so that's what's going on. She could have went out to Shuri and got Baku's in charge of Wakanda now.
Yeah,
The last time we saw Shuri, yeah,
the little TJ,
But I'm saying she still gotta have money, right? I mean, because I think of like England, right? Because like England, like the royal family aren't in charge, but they got a shit ton of money and they're still the royal family, So Shuri is still the royal family. She just is not in charge. And as of right now, she's technically still the Black Panther. Technically.
So TJ says, "Hold my beer."
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how fucking stupid it would be if somehow like little TJ steals like the necklace and he starts like running around little Black Panther suit in Haiti?
Oh boy, he wears a suit just to play basketball. So he could dunk.
He said to me the show is mid so far for sure. I wouldn't watch it again. Okay. I said the review bombing was expected as a show with a black female lead. Usually one of those is enough to trigger outrage cultures. Yeah. I think Anzo. I don't know if he was still in here. Anzo put something on Twitter, which I don't go on Twitter at all anymore. Every so often, I'll do a quick scroll through, and I saw he posted a TYT video talking about the hate the show was getting from a specific group of creators on YouTube. So, I was like, oh shit. I mean, TYT is not like big mainstream, but they're kind of big. So for them to call them out, I was like, all right. We all see that at. I saw Bleep It Shuri was in charge, so we're from Black Panther. Like M'Baku.
I only saw it one time, and I know.
M'Baku sitting on the throne.
The people, and she was sitting on the beach in Haiti. So yeah.
Find it. It says yes. M'Baku is currently king of Wakanda following the events of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. M'Baku challenges Shuri for the throne and becomes the new ruler of Wakanda. According to that's right, because he goes. Remember, he's there and she doesn't show up.
Yep.
And then he gets it by default, and no one challenges him. That's right.
Honestly, don't remember. I sat through that movie once and was and washed my hands of it.
Yeah. So the transition occurs after Shuri decides to travel the world, and M'Baku sets up to lead Wakanda. Yep. I watched Wakanda Forever more than one. Main reason I'm watching the series is because Mephisto was supposed to be in it. Yeah, the rumor is episode 5, because there's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was 4 or 5.
Yeah. Fernando, don't get your hopes up. They've been saying Mephisto is coming since WandaVision. Yeah, but I think this is true. Like Sacha Baron Cohen, supposedly, from what we understand, is cast as Mephisto. So, yeah, but if they do it again, if they like get us all hyped for Mephisto and
he doesn't show up, nope. Yeah. Someone got to go.
Yeah, but now, at the end of the episode 3, he's pissed off because of what happened to his cousin, blah blah blah. And then he's like talking to somebody, talking to the dude who gave him the robe, we assume. So you don't see, but he starts showing him visions and stuff. So he's talking to somebody who has a lot of power. So yeah, I think it's Mephisto. I think if it's not Borat. They must be running out of actors in Hollywood. He's
being red shirt girls, red shirt people.
Yeah. Of all series, Ironheart. Exactly. That's what it didn't make any sense. Like to start off with, it's like, oh, here's Ironheart, and she's gonna fight magic. I was like,
yeah, and that's my other thing, because it seemed to Ironheart at this point in time, it kind of seemed a little too premature for her. I think they could have. I think if they wanted to continue on with Tony Stark's legacy, they could have done like Iron Lad and made the kid Harley Iron Lad. Riri is. I like her as a character. I'm fine with her as a character. If I had it my way, she'd be a character that I'd introduce later.
Yeah.
But, or like I said, they could have done something with I think they could have struck while the iron was hot with the character of Iron Lad, and could have done something with that, like right after Endgame.
Yeah, I mean, they put him in the freaking in the funeral.
He showed up at the funeral,
Yeah, where everybody was like, "Who's that dude?"
Yeah,
everybody. So yeah, but yeah, it's just which is part of the reason why I'm like, this is gonna suck. But so far, it's pretty good. I am interested in Anthony Ramos's character a little bit more.
See what happens with him. See what he becomes. It's interesting.
Yeah, because right now he's an underling. Obviously, he's working for there's bigger things. So, but that's my bet is the contract stuff. The contract stuff is for Mephisto. And it makes sense with Mephisto making deals and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, because besides that, like it didn't make any sense. I was like, you just can't sign that shit away, like what? So yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, but yeah, he'll be in the Cloak and Mankini. Oh, that'd be hilarious. But I mean, he's a good actor though. I mean, he's done stuff like he was in Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp, and he did a solid role. So
Give me a second.
Does Han Solo have a role in comics? Because trying to figure out why they threw him in there. Wait, what?
Han Solo.
Oh, yeah, I mean anything about it. It's what's his name? The suburb guy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that is Han Solo. That's a good catch, man. Because I only seen Han Solo solo movie like once. But yeah, that's him.
One too many right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't read the Riri, Ironheart comics. So I don't know if was it Warmonger, his son, was a big deal. But I think Ace said like that's his name in the comics, so I guess he's in the comics.
I have to go back and revisit it because I really don't.
Well,
off the top of my head, remember.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think that's cool. You have the new Iron Man, Ironheart, with the former best friend / betrayer, traitor, villain, son. So, that'd be cool. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Oh man, but yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I can't even keep my eyes open, guys. I feel exhausted.
So I think, oh man, I think Saturday. Oh, excuse me. Saturday we were talking about changing it up for a little bit. So we'll probably do a few watch parties and probably try to watch like the Harry Potter movies. So I'm down. I'm down for that. It's always fun.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So we'll do that. So we'll have it. So we'll have a link so you can join us watching it. So we can all be together watching it and hang out in the live chat. You know, chit chatting and hanging out and stuff like that. We'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see how it goes on Saturday. If it goes well, we'll keep going.
Exactly. I think we have a lot of fun.
We got nothing else. It's time for Pop Burgers. All right. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh,
R.I.P. Marge.
yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
All
All right.
that Saturday.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's get out of here. We will see you guys on Saturday for a pretty chill hangout watch party stream. But have a good weekend. Have a fun Friday. Have a good Saturday day. And we will see you Saturday night. Later.
Yep.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.